You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable. Hop on YouTube, welcome to the hood table, where we chop up local and global events vocally. You don't really wanna miss out on these conversations. Just joke a little, laugh a little, get that wine in your system, fill your glass a little. Expose current events, talk trash a little. You never know, these opinions might clash a little. They addicted to the content, got them binge watching. You don't like it, then you want invited. Bet your friends watching in the house and your job parking lot before you clocking. They don't wanna miss a second of this HT content. Everybody think they got something to say, so it's an open invitation, bring it to the table. But if you come whack, just know we ain't buying in. We gon' probably turn your back and tell you sorry, try again, Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable. Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable.
Hey, what's up, everybody? What's up? What's going on? How are you doing? Welcome back to the Hood Table one more again. Let me make sure. Can y'all hear me, y'all? Can y'all see the link? I'm trying to drop the link for my co-host. Let me see. Let me make sure I drop the link in the right chat, because you know we can now go live on separate. Did I drop the right link? Hold up. Let me make sure that I dropped the right link for Riggs. But yes, while y'all coming in, please make sure y'all like and share the video, please, and thank you very much. I'm gonna drop the link again. You know, with StreamYard, we can be live on two different angles, the horizontal and also the vertical. So I just want to make sure I got the link dropped in each one for Riggs. Okay. So I believe we set. So I'm just waiting on my co-host. But yes, what's up, everyone? Come on in, like and share the video, please, and thank you. If you happen to be new here, please make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell. We have been trying to get back in that algorithm. Your girl has been doing lives like almost daily. Okay. I didn't go live yesterday because, you know, I had my baby, my grandson, and also I had some cake orders that I had to finish and deliver. If y'all happen to saw the videos of the cakes that I made the other day, I just got a text message. And matter of fact, I had got it earlier, but I was napping, y'all. Y'all know I was live earlier. Me and Mel was live over here. Hey, Mel, how you doing, boo? What up, Vibrant and Melanated? Good evening. What up, Deanna? How you doing, love? Chakra King Black, what's up? What's up? Yes, I was live earlier. We was discussing a plethora of things, but mainly the lip sync challenge contest that I don't know why Rick said he can't see the link. Okay, y'all, please let me know if y'all can see the StreamYard link. Okay, here he come. Okay. Hold up. Here come my co-host. Is that you, Riggs?
Yeah.
I was like, I know I dropped the link.
Yeah, I was in one chat. Wasn't there. You started the shit, went to another one. It wasn't there, and then that's when I hit you again, and then you was like, is you in the right one? I went back to the other one, and now it's up, but you got this one on the vertical. This is on the vertical one that you got right now.
But I put it on both of them.
Yeah, it didn't show on the other one. Even really? Viber's saying she don't see the link. Yeah, it didn't show.
Hold on, let me see. Let me see.
Because I didn't even know you can throw a StreamYard link on the vertical. I thought it would only.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was only going to be able to show up on the StreamYard one.
Okay, let me put it in the other one. Maybe I accidentally put it in the vertical twice instead of putting it in one of each.
So do you just put it somewhere? So where I'm at right now, it's showing. I'm thinking I'm in the regular style because I see the vertical to the. I don't know. It's confusing. But whatever you just dropped, it just dropped right now. I see it in the chat.
Okay, bet. So you want to go out? Oh, do you got? Oh, you fine, right?
Yeah, I'm good.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying it. usually I would think it would drop in the StreamYard one, and it didn't. It was in the vertical one.
Well, let me pin this bad boy. Let me pin this joker. Yeah, and see, I didn't even know that, Riggs. I knew that you could go live vertical and horizontal, but I didn't know, like, literally you can pin it in both lives, and then also you can put your goal in each one too. So I was like,
I don't know nothing about the goals or none of that.
Yeah,
because I know when Be Easy he goes live, he uses the vertical too, but the StreamYard will usually be in the link will usually be in the StreamYard side. I've never seen it on the vertical side, but maybe he deliberately does that. I don't know.
Yes. But yeah, I like that. I like the I mean, for as much as StreamYard costs every month, and that's a reason why I was like, I got to get my ass back in gear anyway and start going live on a regular basis, because that's like $50. You know what I'm saying? Unless you get
and that's a great update that they did to allow that vertical, because I mean, I see the difference, man. When Beezy goes live and shit, like his he doesn't have that many followers, so his StreamYard will probably be maybe 100 or so on the views, but then his on the vertical one will be damn near fucking 5,000.
Yeah.
And then you said that those views also count too, so I mean, fuck, that's fantastic, man.
Yep, absolutely. I love it. But I mean, again, for the price that it's costing, they need to have upgraded, because it's a lot of people have started out when the Google, I can't remember the exact name of the shit we used to use before on YouTube, but it was Google Duo or Google something like that. So after that went away, then a lot of people went to StreamYard, and it was really cheap. It was only like $19 to join.
Yeah, it was like $20 for a long time.
So then they kept increasing it. Now, for people who have big channels, or maybe get a whole lot of money, whole lot of support, super chats, cash out, that's nothing. But for people like us who don't make a lot of money on YouTube, that's a lot of money, especially if we're not going live. So I was like, I need to get my ass in gear, because I'm paying this shit every month, falling out the algorithm and all that kind of shit, and
right.
Yeah, so come on in, you guys. Welcome, Riz. Welcome to another From the Block to the Hood table. Hey, Bobby. We got a lot of people in the chat already.
Shout out to everybody in the chat.
Yes.
This motherfucker bright.
Your light, and y'all can barely see me. I don't know what's up with my light today. You
seem clear to me.
Really? Maybe it's my laptop. I don't know. It looks blurry to me. But yeah, I got my glasses on because my eyes is getting older. I swear every day my eyes feel like they get older. But Chakra King, hey Bobby, hey Vibrant, hey Mel, hey my boo, how you doing, love? But yes, y'all come on in. Make sure y'all like and share the video. Riggs and I are about to have a great show tonight, and I'm hoping that you guys will be engaging with us, and maybe even hit the panel at the end, because we always drop the link at the end. But But what you been up to? I was just talking to the people's giving a little conversation before you got here. But what you been up to?
Shit, I just been chilling, man. Everything been cool. Still kind of cold out here, you know what I mean? So I'm waiting for this weather to kind of switch up, but when this fog go away, like where I'm at, there's a lot of fog. So I'm just waiting for this shit to kind of clear up and everything.
Yeah, I know a lot of people are suffering from the cold and snow and ice, and we just happen to be dealing with some cold here. It's been like in the 20s, 30s. I think today it got up to like 39 or something, which was really, it's pretty good for me. I felt like it was pretty nice. The sun came out, but
that sounds ridiculous.
Don't it though?
39. That's 39. Fucking. That's damn near freezing weather, man.
I know, right? And it do be freezing at night.
I bet, because out here it'll get down to damn near like 39 and shit at night. It'll be cold as fuck. Good 40, 41. It's ridiculous.
This weather, I don't know. Like at the beginning before the winter started, they were talking El Nino. And I don't know if a lot of people know what an El Nino weather is, but that's what they were predicting. But we didn't get that. Hey, official D Spot, how you doing?
Man, shout out to the chat, man. I don't even see the chat. Let me switch this shit.
You don't see the chat? Hey, Happy Life. Did I speak to Happy Life? That's my happy friend. He's been joining me on a few panels lately.
He everybody's happy friend, man.
Yes.
Shout out to Happy Life. You know what I'm saying? I'm surprised you still rocking your name right now, bro. So
you know what? The last time he was over here, remember when we had our show, he would call himself Mr. Hood Table. I was like, hold up now. Don't get nobody no ideas now. Don't
Hell yeah, he get to wilding. Shout out to Melissa.
Over.
Shout out to Bobby, Chakra King, Jackie, my shit, man. Shout out to all y'all, man. Shout out to the replay gang. Shout out to ODS.
I was over at ODS's earlier.
Unconscious Conversations. Shout out to you too.
Yeah, ODS been having some good shows. I was over there earlier today after I did my show while I was kind of wind down and take a little nappy nap before we would go live tonight because the girl been busy, child. Oh, I was just telling them, Riz, I just got a little compliment from my order. And oh my God, I wish I could have took a picture of the ladies who I did that order for this weekend. They're so beautiful. They were twins and they're 60 years old. And I never met them before, but I heard their names before because, you know, our city ain't tremendously huge, but I never met them before. And they were really like small frame women, but really tall. And they both had really long hair down their back rig and it was gray. Dope. And I'm like, you know, that beautiful gray?
Man, that's dope.
I mean, it was all the way down their back. I'm like, y'all are so pretty, like so pretty. So I'm glad they enjoyed it. But the girl who ordered the cake order from me, she said, hi, just wanted to let you know that the cake was delicious. And my aunt said she definitely recommend you and use you again. So there's things like that does mean so much to me when I do my cake orders. And I don't know if you guys got to see it. You said you do
that was the white one, right? That said 60 on it.
Yes.
Yeah, it was nice. It had like the pearls and shit on it.
Yes, reason. I'm telling you, that cake took me through some shit, okay? Because, you know, it had that fondant on it. And that fondant, you know, that fondant is hard to work with. And
that's that wrap around it, right?
And I didn't have my boys here because normally when I do fondant cakes, I have to have a big, real big, thick rolling pin, right? Mm-hmm. And you got to roll it out like dough, but it's so much thicker and stronger than dough. So it takes a lot of arm and wrist and all that. And you got to mold it. And oh my God, it took forever. And then, but at the finished product, it's always worth it. The finished product. And for the people who didn't get to see, I'm going to show y'all real quick what the girl was working with this weekend. Okay. And then we're going to get all into this show. But yes, I was glad to hear that because a lot of times people I make stuff for, and again, y'all know I don't even eat cake. I don't like cake like that. I like pies and other things, but I don't eat cake. So I don't ever taste my cakes. I don't ever taste my frosting. I just do everything by heart after years of doing this stuff. So when I hear good feedback from people, I'm like, yeah, girl still got that shit. I know that.
Your audio went out. Oh,
maybe they want some bling on their child. When my customers say they want some bling on their cake. Okay. Oh, for a set of 60-year-old twin sisters. Mm-hmm. Got that bling going around the bottom. Got that quilted pattern with the bling silver candy pearls. Got the bling rhinestones. Ooh, ain't they pretty? And the blinged out number 60. Mm-hmm. Happy birthday, twins. Oh, and let's not forget, they also wanted 24 cupcakes with some silver candy pearls as well, which is going to match perfectly with the cake. Yes, come through. Ew. I just love how well it turned out. I think it's really nice, and I hope they like it. All right, you guys. Dropping off another order for a birthday party venue for some 60-year-old twin sisters. Here's the cake that I posted earlier that I made. And then back here are the cupcakes that I made as well. Colors is silver and white. So we got some silver edible candy pearls in the cupcakes. And then, of course, silver and white cake. And they are behind me getting ready for this party, so I'm about to get out of here. But there's other things here that look really delicious that I did not make. I did not make any of this stuff, but it looks really good. Yeah, they got pretzels. I do make chocolate covered pretzels, and I do make chocolate covered strawberries, as y'all seen before, and Rice Krispie treats, but these are not mine. The only thing I was requested to do was the cake. I'm laughing at Easy in the chat talking about, did you have an easy bake oven? No. I wasn't that type of girl.
Shit, my sister had one. She used to cook her ass off on that little easy bake bullshit.
I know a lot of people, my friends had one, my neighbor had one. I just never had one. I never had one.
We should have never had one though. If you think about it though, as some kids, we should have never had that shit. That shit was in the room too. We shouldn't have been fucking around like that.
And it really worked. That's the thing about it.
Fuck yeah, it did.
But yeah, thank you guys. I always love having great feedback because a lot of my customers, like the lady who I just made the cake for, one of them, the person who ordered it, her mom, and it was her mom and her auntie, and she was like, I ain't never met you before, but everybody was recommending you, and I'm just hitting you up, and I trust you, and people gotta trust you, Riggs, when you tell them how much them shits cost. And I need the money like in a few days to book, okay? And I need the rest 10 days in advance. And I need, you know what I'm saying? So it's good to have that type of, business and character and trust in your community for people to just drop bands on you and they don't even know you. Like, I'm a home baker with a cottage license, so, but Easy said, is it sacrilegious to not taste your own food? I don't know about that because it's been working for 15 years. It's been working for 15 years, child. So I don't eat cake. I don't taste it. I don't taste the frosting. None of that. But when I first started off, and then we're going to get right into this shit, but I don't want to dwell on that too long. But when I first started off, what I did was every recipe I had, I would take it to nursing homes. I mean, I went everywhere. Nail salons, beauty salons, barbershops, churches, friends, family. Every time I came up with a different flavor, I would take it all over the place and have people taste it. My sons taste tested so much stuff. They was gaining weight and all kind of shit. And they was like, damn, mama, you should start a business. And that's how I got started. So every recipe that I had, every cake flavor, frosting flavor, I wrote the shit down, put it on my computer. So if I do have to go back and look at something, I just go and look on my computer. But mostly I just know everything by heart after all this time. So I don't have to taste shit. But yeah, you said, do you have a commercial? No, you charge no, I charge 50% down. Like for that particular cake, that cake was $275, and I charge 50% down, and the rest have to be paid 10 days in advance. If it's a wedding order, it has to be paid a month in advance, half down, and 15 days in advance. The rest has to be paid. So yeah, 2 payments, 50% down, and the rest got to be paid within like a week or so. But yeah. So did I see 7 in the chat? What up, 7? Libra. Hey Libra, how you doing? How you doing, Sincere? How you guys doing, Silky Black? Good to see you guys so much. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. Make sure you like and share the video. And no, I don't have a commercial. But so let's get right into this, y'all. We got some things to discuss tonight. It's been some events that occurred. And a lot of things going on in the world, in the community, on and off YouTube, social media. And so me and Riggs and I, we like to discuss relationships sometime in different aspects from a guy's point of view, a woman's point of view. And so tonight's discussion, you guys, is going to be about standards versus self-esteem. Now, I want to really talk about this because I'm a woman of a particular age, okay? And I am single. And there was times where I went through my life being really like one-sided when it comes to relationships because of the, I don't know, maybe it was the social media, maybe it was celebrities, maybe it was, different things that we've been fed, TV shows, whatever, about relationships, what we should look for, what we should want. Then we had like the Steve Harveys of the world telling us what not to give up, when to give it up, how soon to give it up. You know what I'm saying? And the movies that came out afterwards. And so when you're a woman of a particular age like I am, it gets really hard to date when you're single. It gets really, really hard to date. It's really hard to trust people. And then if you've been out of the dating game for a minute, that makes it even more, harder. And you kind of scared sometimes. You kind of don't, know the right things to do, the right things to say. And you don't know always what you should consider your standards anymore. Especially if your esteem is not where it should be. If your esteem is not where it should be, and the standards that you might have had in a teenager, 20s, 30s, once you get to them 40s, y'all, once you get to them 50s, y'all, some people try to hold on to these same standards that they might have had when they were in their 20s or 30s. And we talked about them before, Riz, like before when I was younger, you got to have this, that, you got to wear this type of shoe, you got to drive this type of car, you better have some bling, your hair got to look like this, you got to be this color, this tall, this, stuff like that. But when you get to a certain particular age and you get back in that pond and start dating again, it gets kind of difficult because you're like, where should my standards be right now? And so I want to talk about self-esteem and I want to talk about standards because a lot of times I feel like our standards are becoming kind of non-existent the older we get. And I'm not sure why, but I think it has to do with our esteem, how we view ourselves, how we see ourselves, especially if we're single. Because we spoke about this before, how some people feel like if you're single, like I was talking to somebody the other day, and they said, somebody told me that, you're single, you'll find somebody soon. It'll be all right. Like, did y'all see why I posted the post that I posted the other day on my community wall? Riggs, I don't know if you saw that post that I posted on my community wall. But I saw it. It was really funny, and I saw it on my Facebook. One of my Facebook friends had posted it, and so I reposted it, and I also posted it on YouTube. And it says, "Stop asking single people if we are okay."
Yeah, I did see that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I was like, we been good. Are y'all okay being stuck in the house with a motherfucker y'all don't like? I had to post that because, Riggs, a lot of people feel like single people are depressed. We're sad all the time. We're lonely all the time. We're like, woe is me all the time. Oh, God, please, when is Mr. Charming going to come? Stuff like that. And a lot of people are more miserable than single people because of their relationships. So that's why I saw that post right there, and I was like, oh, yeah, this would be a really good topic. And what up, Miss Piggy? How you doing? Miss Jackie said facts. Okay. But Riggs, how do you feel about standards from when you were younger to when you're older? Do you think they should change with time, with age, with purpose? Like, how do you feel like that when you're out there? I don't know if you're looking. I don't know. A lot of people in this sector are single, and we ain't looking on here. Trust and believe. Not most of us, at least. But how do you feel about the standards? How that come into play with your dating life or your single life or whatever it is that you're trying to do?
It's a big part, and your standards should change from when you was, younger and where you are today. If they didn't, I don't know what the hell is going on. You know what I'm saying? I've spoke on it a few times, kind of like the things that I liked and went for in a woman, you know what I'm saying? And it was like a visual thing. It really wasn't too much past that. So my standards were a certain look, you know what I'm saying? Certain kind of body type. So now I don't have those same type of standards like that. And I've spoken on that too. So when it comes to the standard thing, I think it should definitely have definitely a big difference from, probably when you first started dating, being younger. Cause let's say you started in junior high. You know what I'm saying? There was certain things, it could have been the way she pegged her pants. It could have been, the Guess jeans she was wearing, or you know what I mean? Like those could have been your standards, like looking like certain, girls you seen on, videos and movies, you know what I'm saying, that you like, they would resemble that. And then as you even got older, going into high school, even that changed. You was like, man, I'm cool. I don't care about that. Now you might be more on a physical, you know what I'm saying? And then as you get even older from that, you know what I mean? You're always going to have that physical because, we're adults, but it's going to be more than that. You know what I mean? Now you're going to be like, well, what's the mind about? What do they do all day? Are they just fucking bullshitting, smoking, drinking, and, got no type of life, no ambition? Now all those type of things will come into play. You see what I'm saying? So like prior to that, you don't care about those things. You know what I'm saying? You just kind of, what they say, YOLO, right? You only live once. So you just fucking, doing your thizzle. So, yeah, definitely that. And I'll wait till you touch up on the self-esteem thing, because what you said about that though was pretty strong with the you got to make sure yourself is right. If you ain't right, you can't be right for nobody else. And your self-esteem is a big part of that. I haven't really been, well, I'll wait till we get to that and then I can kind of give my side on that, because I can touch on that, you know what I mean? Because that's probably part of the reasons why I haven't really been out there trying to jump into something, because I just been through, a lot of like deaths and shit like that, and my mind just ain't been right. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not the same person I usually am. You know what I mean? Mentally. You know what I'm saying? So like, I got to get that back before I can really like try to fuck around and be around somebody else, give them my time. You know what I'm saying? Because as of right now, it's almost like a baggage type thing. You know what I mean? So the self-esteem, you definitely got to have that all in the play. You got to be yourself. You got to be right. You got to be right. But go ahead, Hood Table.
No, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. And hey, Miss Piggy. Miss Piggy said one standard I have that has not changed. Yes, that man, a JLB and a ride. And that's another thing, Miss Piggy. Like I back in the day, I every guy, I mean, it was, I don't know, I think it was just like social media. Even back in the day when we didn't have all the internet and the TikToks and the IGs and all that kind of stuff, growing up in the hood, it was like all the girls wanted to be with the ballers. He had to call my car. It had to have 26 rims. It had to have the beast in the back. It had to have, this, that, and the third. And so a lot of us was used to that particular shit. And then we would see the girls, like sometimes it was like, with me personally, like I said, I've never really been really all extra feminine. I've never been really that, but at one point in my life I thought that's what I should be. And that, I don't know if that was a self-esteem issue, if that was just trying to follow the trend or trying to be like somebody else. I don't know. But when I look in hindsight, I don't think it was that much of self-esteem. I think it was just, it was just the glamour and the beauty and the things that was presented to us. Like girls back in the day, they was doing everything they can to be a certain size. They're doing everything to be, like we saw it back in the day. A lot of girls, especially in the 90s, they was doing so much stuff, working out, working till they damn near killed themselves, binging, all these different diets and all kind of stuff, trying to be like fit this perfect thing for a man, because that's what society was teaching us. And society was teaching me that I have to look like this, and I have to have the nails, and I have to have the lashes, and I have to have, all this kind of stuff. But it wasn't me. But then, when I hang around people, like I was telling y'all about my bestie. When I was coming up, like she used to always try to get me to be dressy like her, Riggs. Like she's very glamorous. I'm gonna have her come on here one day. She is so glamorous. If y'all saw her, y'all be like, and she lives in Florida now. She moved to Florida like 10 years ago. But I mean, she is so glamorous. The people down in Florida can't even take her because they like, who is this bitch down here from the Midwest? Like she walk out the house and it's like she's just giving, no matter what she wear, her hair, nails, everything. And she was like always trying to put me in a dress and stockings and all this kind of shit because it was like what a lot of guys were attracted to. But then I have to look inside my inner self and be like, I have to be good enough. I have to think highly enough of myself. And it wasn't a self-esteem issue, but I just thought that's what all the guys wanted. And so I was putting on this facade and putting on this mask, covering up who I really was. I'm like, fuck this shit. I'm Tanya. I'm the hood table. I'm the cake lady. You gonna take me or you gonna leave me. I'm not gonna be on your arms dressed up in pearls and jewelry and all that kind of shit. I'm a laid back, cool chick from the hood, and I'm a tomboy. And this is what it gives. So sometimes you have to realize who you actually are on the inside, and you have to believe enough in yourself that people who are supposed to be attracted to you will be attracted to you. And that's just one angle of, my different personalities and things that I discuss on here. Like, I don't want to be like the next girl. I don't want to be, somebody else. I want to be me. I'm always going to be me. And I can't be replaced. I can't be duplicated. I can't be replicated. So that comes with a lot of self-esteem and a surety in yourself. Now, when it comes to the standards, okay, I might be assured myself, but I also, as far as these standards, I think a lot of times with standards, we always want to like put people way up on a pedestal, and that backfires sometimes. It does backfire sometimes because we're looking for somebody who's way up here, and we're not even up there. Like I hear a lot of ladies, a lot of homegirls, and I just look at them and I just be like, child, you don't want to hate on your homegirls, but you got to keep it real with them. Like, okay, girl, okay, you want this man to have all this money and you ain't got 1 degree. You want this man to have all this money and you live in like paycheck to paycheck, like a lot of us. So I think our standards have to be high, but I don't think they should be so challengeable to make a man have to go through a lot of loops and hoops and shit to be with you. Because some men on the flip side, they don't want to have to go. They want to meet you at the table too. They don't want to have to take care of everything. You, your kids, your home, and all this kind of shit. They want you to meet them halfway too. And that's what I'm noticing a lot in the 2020s, when it comes to relationships and shit. So I think our standards should still be up there, but they shouldn't be so high that it's hard for people to achieve to be with us. Now, on the flip side, it shouldn't be so low either till you just be with any fuck ass motherfucker.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to have your standards to the point where you just getting kind of walked on because maybe you done been single for a while and you may think, oh, well, there's nobody maybe out there for me, so I'm going to just settle. That word settles a motherfucker. So you got to always, definitely have some type of standards, man, because other than that, you're going to end up letting something in your life that, like you said, hood table, like some people think being in a relationship is better than not being in one when it's going to actually cause you more fucking grief and fucking, bad nights, being with somebody that does you wrong, you know what I'm saying? Or you may think they out there doing something, you know what I mean? And just disrespecting you. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a horrible feeling. So would you rather have that type of feeling and knowing that somebody may come around every once in a while and be around you? Or would you rather go to sleep every night knowing, you know what I'm saying, you respecting yourself, you're being respected, period, because you ain't letting no trash in your life. You know what I'm saying? And plus it's a good look. When people see you out there hood table, and you carry yourself a certain way, but then they see the type of partners you have, it looks really fucking funny. Like I've seen a lot of that, you know what I'm saying? And it's actually changed my view. Like I said, man, I judge, my nigga. I'm not gonna be one of those motherfuckers that be like, oh, I don't judge, only God can look, we judge, bro. If you one of them people that say you don't judge, use a motherfucking lie. And my perfect example is, let you be at a stoplight and you see a motherfucker in the city, you know what I'm saying, take a shit right there on the side of the building in front of God and everybody. And you tell me if you didn't judge that motherfucker for doing that, period. But, you know, when I see people, man, and they carry themselves in a certain way, and then you see what kind of people they, you know, involve themselves with and give their body to and all kind of shit like that, bro, nigga, my whole fucking perspective on that motherfucker changes. I'm not gonna disrespect them and talk crazy and shit, but there's a lot of shit that ain't gonna be allowed, you know what I'm saying, coming from your mouth to anything that I'm fucking doing, you know what I'm saying, especially when I see how you get down. I mean, that's just straight up. So would you rather be that motherfucker or somebody that, you know what I'm saying, know your worth? And, you know, hey, ain't nothing wrong with being, you know, solo bolo, you know what I mean? Shit, I mean, shit happens, man. And you know, I heard a statement like, if you're not married, you can't tell me anything about a relationship. And the thing is I can understand where you come from with that, right? But the thing is, I came to an understanding to where everybody lives life. Sometimes you get a good partner. It's the luck of the draw. I don't think it's anything to kind of be like, hey, you know, I'm better than you. Just happen to fucking get it right, you know what I'm saying, with your, you know, person that you dealt with. And there is a lot of stories like that. But there's more stories that aren't like that, the majority. And that's why you'll hear the majority of people that speak aren't married and all, you know what I mean? There's reasons for that. But I'm a firm believer that there is somebody out there for everybody, right? And the thing is sometimes you don't meet that fucking person that you think you met. We've talked about it, Hood Table. You meet somebody and we're like, fuck, man, everything was great. Now all of a sudden it's going into shambles because of our representative, right? So sometimes you may meet a representative that is fucking that representative, man. And they're true to it. There's no game play. I've said it plenty of times. I'm not saying I'm fucking that guy, but I did not want to be the type to where my son would come home and he didn't see his fucking mother and father there. I did everything I fucking could to be there, but I'm not going to take any type of disrespect or have a household that's just in a fucking rage. So when I hear certain things, I do understand where they're coming from. Fuck yeah, I do. But I also got to say this. Sometimes you it's like you hit the lotto, man. Sometimes you found that good motherfucker. You know how many good people, men and women, are out there, Hood Table, that get in relationships and they get fucked off by the other person? They was the good person. You see what I'm saying? So for you to make statements like that, well, what about that good person that got fucked over? They came in with all good intentions. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I really like these shows that we do, because I see shit in these YouTube streets, and it could be characters, it can be a play, it could be whatever. But I know that the type of shit we talk about is real motherfucking spill. And this shit really be going on in households and all over the fucking world. I don't care what nationality you are. Some nationalities, it go down even harder. You know what I'm saying? Because their culture. But just straight up though, man, like, ain't nothing wrong with fucking chopping it up and having these type of conversations, y'all, and really getting down to this shit, because you can see how these motherfuckers move in these YouTube streets, and they need to borrow some game. I'm not no fucking psychiatrist or none of that shit. I don't got no degrees and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But I have went through conflict resolutions and all kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? Some shit I had to do. So I done got a little bit of game on certain things. You feel me? But it's at the same time, you see motherfuckers out here, man, they ain't right. They mental is all fucked up. sometimes it's hard to fucking even be around the shit and see it, because it's just like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And they need a bar of this shit. Sometimes I was like, you know what I'm saying? I think some of these motherfuckers need to get a little bar of this from the block to the hood table, man. We may only get our little 10s and 15s and 20s or whatever in the chat, but shit, y'all may need to tune into this shit, man, because what we saying ain't on no bullshit, man. We ain't running no plays. We ain't saying no dumb shit, no stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? Some of this shit you can take in, man. And we ain't trying to say what we saying is right. We always say that. There is no fucking right answer. But the thing is we having the conversation, man, and we come together with this shit. And we ain't fucking some fucking dumbos. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I don't want. I don't want no fucking dipshits or none of that shit coming around, because they ain't gonna do nothing but fuck up the whole thing that we got going on. Derail everything. Think everything's a fucking joke. But this shit is all real shit, man. I got off on one. Go ahead, Hood Table's on you.
No,
maybe I need to take a dab in a minute. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, we're gonna be taking something in a minute.
Go ahead.
Like, you was really he was getting down, y'all, right? They like, ooh wee, come through, conflict resolution. Okay, let me read some of the chat. Hey, Miss Jackie. Sometimes the street degree is just as important because you have a book. Mm-hmm. You got book sense and more street sense. Yep, and it all goes hand in hand. It really does. It goes hand in hand. Like, trust me. Yeah, I understand that. Bobby said you outgrow people, want and need changes. Absolutely.
That's a fact.
You got you know, when you, I don't know. Okay, let me talk about the settling. Okay. Now I want to say that a lot of people do have this fear of settling. A lot of people do. Because some people feel like, if I don't set my standards high enough, then I can get in a fucked up relationship. So they feel like, if I get this person making this much money, if I get this person who looks like this, if I get this person who ain't got no kids or whatever, I'm going to be good. So they set their standards so high because they have a fear of settling. They have a fear of lowering their expectations because they don't want to, they scared that they're going to introduce the wrong person in their life. And that's not always true. When we talk about settling, there's certain things, like they said in the chat, they got to have a car, they got to have a job, right? That's like you got to have shelter, right? And you got to have wheels. Like, this is not like in the olden days where everybody walked everywhere. And you know what I'm saying? Like, especially if you're in a big city and you're trying to go dating and things like that, that is such a turnoff. It's such a turnoff. And a man, I feel like a man, and I said this before, I feel like a man, as my grandma used to say, a young strapping man, men should be hard workers. There's nothing out there a man should not be able to do. And I'm not saying y'all got or anything like that, but when I look at like some of the things I see, even online, some of the shit that I see, and I'm like, one thing I try to instill in my boys is I was a hard ass fucking worker growing up. So I'm definitely not going to deal with no motherfucker who don't work just as hard as I do. I mean, I don't remember the last time where I just had one job. Even in high school, I was working at McDonald's and I was working at Burger King across the street. I would take off one uniform and throw on the other uniform. That was back in high school. When I got older, I was working at 2, 3, 4 different telemarketings. I mean, working all day, split shifts overnight. I always had that hustling background to try to get away from the poverty that I experienced when I was growing up, because we were an impoverished family, well below the income line. So, we needed a lot of resources, things from the government, including WIC and the milk, cheese, eggs, all that bullshit you get. Welfare, food stamps. We needed all that shit when I was coming up with my parents. And so I always wanted to be a hard worker, and I want to set that example in my sons. Like, you ain't gotta have one job. What, that one job ain't paying your car payment? That one job ain't paying your rent? What you gonna do? You healthy, you strong. It's 24 hours in a day. What you gonna do? Get you another motherfucking job. Like, you shouldn't be out here bumming and begging and shit like that. You a whole man. There's so much shit. Like when I talk about my stepdad and all the jobs that he had, which didn't produce a whole lot of money, but all this shit together did help us survive. He was cutting grass, working on cars, moving people, hauling people. I be telling niggas, get a truck. Go buy you a cheap ass truck and start advertising on Facebook. You'll move people, you'll move furniture, you'll do this, you'll pick up trash, you'll take shit to the dump, you'll cut their grass, you'll shovel their snow. There's no reason why there should be any man who is healthy that should not be okay. A car and housing. You should not have to depend on no woman. You should not have to depend on your family. You should not be sleeping in your car. Of course, things happen, right, Riggs? Things do happen. People lose their jobs. You know, people get sick. But I'm talking about in a normal situation. In a normal situation, you need to at least meet somebody halfway. And that's why a lot of, especially women of a particular age, they have a fear of settling because they think that their standards might be too high, even if they ask for things like they said in the chat. Oh, he ain't got no house. That's okay. That's okay. He ain't got no car. He gotta walk to my house. It's okay. No, there's to be certain things that you should expect in a person. You making $500-$600 car payments, or you didn't pay it off your car. You working 2 jobs to get around. No, there are certain things I feel you shouldn't settle for, but I also feel like you shouldn't set your expectations so high where people can't meet them. And then you have this fear of settling. So just because you don't want to settle, don't mean that you have to accept any and everything that approaches you.
That's it.
Hey, Miss Piggy, she said, I love a child, a heart. I'm telling you, I was not spoiled by any means growing up, y'all. I just saw my stepdad just do everything to keep a little food on we was poor, y'all. I've been telling y'all about this shit back in the day, eating the same shit all the time. I mean, barely able to go out to eat at fancy restaurants, you know, shit like that. So he was a hard worker, you know, all his life. And my mom was like a housewife or a homemaker, whatever, until we all were in school. And then she would clean hotel rooms, hospital rooms. You know, they didn't have a high degree of education, but they did what they could to raise us. And so I use what I saw growing up in a man. You around here, you ain't got what? You asking me for money, nigga? You better get the fuck out of my face. Now, it's one thing if you dealing back and forth, Riggs. Like I told somebody before, I never was like a baby boy situation where I'm sitting here waiting on a nigga all day like Taraji. When this nigga gonna come home with my car? I gotta go here, I gotta go there. He late pick me up. He fucking bitches in my ride. I ain't never been that bitch. But it has been situations where I've been with some man and I live with him and he needs to drive my car. I need to drive his car. It was like an even exchange. Ain't no taking my car and your ass ain't got a car. You just out about in the streets and all that kind of shit. There's certain standards that you must have.
No, and that's how it should be, man. If y'all rocking together, man, and you know, say there's just one car in motion or whatever, or however it go, y'all should be able to do that. 2 is better than 1. You know what I'm saying? So if you rocking with somebody, man, I mean, that all that come into play. That's all part of the standard, man. Like, I mean, if we gonna be doing this shit and whatever, I'm not trying to waste your time. I don't want you wasting my time. But I mean, let's have a good time, though. Like I could be broken and struggling by myself. You know what I'm saying? And you may be the same way. Like, man, me too. So like, let's come together, man. You know what I mean? And make things right. You know, especially if we feeling each other or whatnot, that shouldn't even be a problem. But the thing is, though, some people their intentions don't be like that. Hood table, that ain't part of their standard. You know what I'm saying? They got a whole different agenda, and that's why you got to look out for that type of shit. That's that self-esteem. That self-esteem come into play when your self-esteem is up and up to par. Sometimes a lot of motherfuckers won't even step to you because they know they can't. Because the type of energy and aura you putting out there, they knowing like, man, I gotta have my shit together to fucking chop any type of game with this person. But if your self-esteem is trash day, man, you're gonna have everything on the corner everything that come out the motherfucking gas station on your line.
Everything that walk down the street
on your line. But if your self-esteem is just stupid up there, you know what I'm saying? The way you walk, the way you talk, the way you carry yourself, everything. Oh, how you doing, miss? No, hey baby, hey, what's going on? Woo? None of that. Unless they just, on some fuck shit. You know what I mean? Or you gonna for sure have a lot of that. But I'm just saying, usually when you present yourself in a certain way, you gonna minus a lot of the bullshit. A lot of motherfuckers just ain't gonna be coming in and chopping game with you all like that. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna know you are a person of respect.
Absolutely, absolutely. And Vibrant said, make sure you meet. Okay, let me say it for the people in the back. Make sure you meet your expectations of your partner.
It's a fact.
And that's where I said
it ain't no one way. It's a two-way street.
Mm-hmm.
What was that song? I Found Love on a Two-Way Street, right? Or was it? It wasn't one-way street. It was two-way street, right?
I believe it was.
Or was it one way?
I'm trying to remember how it goes.
Me too. But I'm thinking it would have been two-way. You know what I'm saying? Because shit, man, you can't just do things one way unless her meaning was they was just so on point together. They was as one. But I mean, shit, a two-way street, man. It's like, shit, man. You can't just go by with fucking one motherfucker doing. You got to bring something to the table too. And that's where people get shit up. That's where people get shit mixed up too. Hood table. They think that they want this, they want that. They looking at all these things, right? But then when it comes to themselves, that mirror don't even come into play.
Right.
That kryptonite, that shit don't even come into play. That mirror is nowhere to be found on themselves in no type of way.
Right. But that self-esteem is a motherfucker, y'all. That self-esteem is a motherfucker. And everybody in the chat saying two-way street. So you were right, Riggs.
Off top.
Two-way street or lost on a lonely highway.
On a lonely highway. You feel me?
What's up, Miss Monty? How you doing?
Shout out to Miss Monty, man.
Yeah, that self-esteem is a motherfucker. Because, I feel like this, no matter what you look like, Riggs, I done seen so many people that you would think would be like, I mean, I know everybody that had that moment where they saw somebody and was like, well, maybe it's just me. Okay, maybe it's just me. And I'm like, well, goddamn, how she get healed? What am I doing wrong? I don't look that ugly.
And that's the thing, hood table, that's life, right? Sometimes you just happen to be at the right place, right time, and then you score, man. Everybody ain't rich. Everybody don't come from a certain background. I mean, that's just what it is. So that's what I'm saying. Sometimes when you hear certain people say things, it's cool, but don't think you can't be in that situation either. Just be thankful that you didn't have to go through that type of bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody can't be wrong. Right. You know what I'm saying? They're the period. You know what I mean? And it's just sometimes people, they put into certain people, man, and they expect certain shit. And their heart be too good, and sometimes they be blinded by certain shit because maybe a motherfucker's game is so cold. So they keep them, you know what I'm saying, on some Stevie Wonder shit. And then when they finally get that awakening, you know what I'm saying, they go ahead and they cut the fuck up out of there.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's just what it is, man. That's like real shit. So I would never be the type to be like, hey, you can't tell me shit because you ain't whoop-de-whoop. Because in reality, when it comes to the whole marriage thing, I mean, just keeping it 100, I've said this all the time. Relationships is work every fucking day. So marriage is a fucking relationship. You can call it a business or whatever kind of what people do. But regardless, it's a relationship. You are with somebody. You have to deal with their emotions, what they're doing and how they feel every day. Jackie said something earlier in the fucking chat. You can be with somebody fucking 100 years and you still don't fucking know them.
Damn, I missed that statement, but that's absolutely right.
Fuck yeah, it is. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. It's work, man. And just sometimes you end up getting that life partner that is there and can rock with you and be attentive with you. everything lined up. You know what I'm saying? Thank God for that. But a lot of us, we don't get that lucky. We don't hit that lotto. You know what I'm saying? We're not fucking Tyler Perry living on fucking big major fucking estate ranches and shit and got money to just fucking, you know, wipe our ass and your ass with. You know what I'm saying? Like, and can literally do that. But don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you don't owe us nothing, right? We say that all the time. Shit, motherfuckers don't owe us shit. But I'm just saying, like, everybody is set up different, man. So it would be wrong for you to just be like, hey, you know what I mean? You ain't married. You can't tell me shit about relationships. What the fuck? I done been through some relationships too. I'm sure not all your relationships before you got married was all fucking peachy. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck is we doing?
Right. And again, like I say, a lot of the most miserable people are in relationships. And that's
and I agree, because I've seen it in real time with family members. Like, I'll never just say something just like, hey, whoop de whoop. Like, I gotta put something behind it. It's not gonna be my opinion. I've told y'all that plenty of times. It's not my truth. It's not my opinion. These are facts. I've seen people that have been married for fucking years and they are fucking unhappy, man. I know people that are married right now and they're so fucking unhappy, but their whole thing is to be there for the kids. And that's something I completely preach against. Completely. I know motherfuckers that will sleep on couches and shit. Home, full home. Kids see this shit. Oh, dad's on the couch, but dad's here, right? What kind of fucking image is that? That's how I see things. Not, like I said, nobody, my way ain't the right way. They way ain't the, whatever. Different households, different. It is what it is. But I'm just telling you, I've seen marriage fucking couples that are fucking completely unhappy. You see it. There's no light in them when they're together. Even the good times, it ain't genuine. And I'm gonna just leave it there, man.
Yeah, because I think a lot of people get into relationships that they shouldn't get into in the first place, and then because of that fear of settling, like I was talking about, it can lead you to, the fear of settling can either lead you to expecting too much, or it can lead you to just turning everyone away who does try to be, you know, with you, that does try to strike up a relationship with you. And it can leave you unsatisfied. Like, it leaves you like feeling like your needs are not being met. You're always looking for this perfect match, and you're always getting disappointed because you're setting your standards too high. So, you know, it's okay to have certain standards. You know, it's very important in dating. Very important. But don't set it so high where you're constantly just going through people. And I don't mean going through people like that. Like, you know what I mean? But just like, you know, not willing to give people a chance, somebody who might be a great person, but because they ain't driving this car, or they ain't working here, or making this much money, you know, shit like that. Everybody doesn't fit this mold. And I blame it on society a lot. But, you know, we have to take in consideration, you know, too. We are grown. Most of us have a good head on our shoulders. Just don't date anybody. The person who you are, try to look for that person in somebody else too. But when you're looking for that person, look for certain standards. Like, are they a hard worker? Are they good with children? How do they treat their mother? You know what I'm saying? Certain things like that, especially as women, how do they treat their mother? Do they take care of their kids? If their kids are young, do they pay child support? Like, when I met my second son's dad, I was telling people that he was in a relationship before me, and he was married, and he had got a legal separation. And yes, I did make sure it was legal. I wanted to see paperwork and all that shit. So he had a legal separation, and we did that before we moved in together. Because I'm like, I'm not gonna be living with no motherfucker. It's bad enough you already married, even though they had been separated for a long time. They had a legal separation. They ended up getting it finalized like a year or so later. But when I first met him, he had younger children. And those children were with him every other weekend, rain, sleet, snow, holiday, whatever. And so that was like part of the package. I had one son, that was part of my package. And so he came with children. I love that. A lot of women be like, I don't want no man with no kids. I love that. He had his children like clockwork. He did child support. He did all the extra shit. He was with them on holidays and just all the things, school functions. I love that. I see women rigs. I'm gonna add TC on here. Hey TC, beautiful. I
Hey,
see,
good evening, y'all.
hey baby, I'm about to be done in 1 second.
Hmm.
I see women rigs that will. Oh, you got some feedback, TC. Really scratchy. Really, really.
Now, can you? Is there something? Let me just say this. Lolo said I had, and she did something on her end because I just did something on my end.
What I need to do?
I don't know
I don't know either.
what she did. She did something and it went completely away.
When you come up, TC, do you have one device or two devices?
I just have one.
Are you sure we not playing
And
in
you
your
don't have
back?
nothing on the TV of this or
Mm-mm.
nothing?
No, I'm watching CSI.
Somebody say echo cancellation.
All right, let me go back down there. Okay.
Oh, it's already checked. I got it checked. So maybe I already got it checked, Miss Monty.
All right.
Are you on
Let me
are you
go.
on an iPhone?
Of course not.
Oh wow, shit! I don't know. That was my troubleshooting.
That's
No,
your
I'll go back down. Let me check the echo something something
I
thingy.
just want to say something to Vibrant real quick. Vibrant, I don't know if you have any kids, but what you are saying is completely on it. And if you don't have kids, that goes more to what I was saying when certain people feel you have to kind of go through certain things for you to tell them something. Like, hey, if you ain't whoopty whoop, you can't tell me shit. What she said and how kids do react, and it could be maybe something that you may have went through. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if both of your parents stayed together or whatnot, but everything you just said right there was spot on. And kids do see that and sense that. I can say that coming from a household that my parents did divorce. I've had step parents and shit. I felt the shit, you know what I'm saying, when my parents was fucking, you know what I'm saying, separating. They was still in the house, whatnot. But I felt that shit. You know what I mean? And it wasn't no crazy, nothing crazy, no like abuse or domestics or nothing. Fuck no. My dad was cool as shit. But you can tell, you know what I mean? Like it just the whole vibe was off. And kids, they do see that shit. And if you do things right, the kids would fucking definitely, like you said, Hood Table a couple streams ago, would appreciate that because they know that their parents is happy. You know what I'm saying? If they are spending time with the dad or the mom, and when they come back to the other parent, you know what I'm saying, it's something to look forward to. You know, everybody's pretty much in good spirits. You know what I'm saying? That's a plus, man. And
Yeah.
Byron just said she has no children and made those statements, man. I'm a father, and I know that's what the fuck it is.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not gonna be like, hey, Vibrant, man, you ain't got no kids, man. I don't want to hear it, man.
And see, that's what
Don't
I
tell me
say
shit.
about relationships. Like, you do not have to be married for 50 plus years to get somebody some advice on relationships because we know marriage can be an uphill battle. It can be, it's always give and take. You always got to meet somebody somewhere, and then you have to decide: am I going to stay if something go wrong? If they cheat, if they do this, should I leave them? Should I stay? I'm married, do or die. You know, all this kind of shit. And a lot of people don't want to leave because they feel like it's to death do us part, motherfucker. I mean, it might be funny, but we even see it in shows and movies. I ain't going nowhere, and you ain't. We just gonna be in this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, who wants that? I don't want that shit. But what I was gonna say about the children, Riggs, I have seen, and this just I'd never understand this, Riggs. But if you know a man got kids and he don't take care of his kids, and you date him and he move in with you and you don't never see his kids, and you fall for the, oh well, me and her don't get along bullshit. You and her don't get along. You can't find no way. We can't go to court. We can't do shit to try to make sure you get to see your kids. You ain't trying to see your kids. I'll never understand those type of women who will be with a man who doesn't take care of his responsibilities. Because what's going to happen is, most likely, 9 times out of 10, if you were to have a child with him, guess what? Most likely he ain't going to take care of yours either.
That's all facts, Hood Table. And see, the thing is there's a lot of men out there, and I'm not bashing men, but I'm a man, and I've been around men. You know what I'm saying? And I've got partners, man, that I'm proud of them because they turned a new leaf, because they was this type of man. But motherfuckers that would get with women and basically wouldn't really want them to be fucking with their kids because they wanted all the attention. You know what I'm saying? It was some weird shit. But I seen this shit. Me, I'm the type, I'm completely different. You know what I'm saying? If I get with a woman, man, and I know she got kids and I don't see her fucking with her kids or have any type of good relationship with her kids, I'm cool. Because I know I ain't got no fucking chance in the game. It may be good now or whatnot because of whatever, right, Hood Table. But at the same time, if you ain't good with your fucking kids, man, I know you can't be good with me. You done birthed these motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? You should have a cold love for these motherfuckers. And if you can't fuck with your kids and have a decent relationship with them, I do not want a fucking relationship with you. Period. Go ahead.
Yep, and vice versa. If you run across a female that ain't taking care of their kids, they ain't fucking with their kids, they leaving that responsibility somewhere, and they just ain't fucking with their kids, it's vice versa. It goes both ways. It goes both ways. You can have a baby by the chick, and you end up the one raising it. Not saying you wouldn't do it. You know, salute to the guys who are single dads, even though naturally everybody should take care of their seed, right? So, you know, I know some people be like, oh, you shouldn't salute a man. You shouldn't salute a man for paying child support. You shouldn't salute a man. And I get that. But a lot of men receive a lot of flack too. You know, like women, we're put on this pedestal a lot of times. And there are a lot of men out there who's doing it all. They might not know how to braid their daughter's hair or put it in ponytails, but they doing their best to get her looking cute for school, even if it takes 2 hours to make her hair looks like something, you know. So I give kudos to the guys that, you know, do try to, you know, raise their kids by themselves, because it's not hard. We're naturally as women, you know what I'm saying, caregivers and things like that. I heard a comedian say the other day that any man who has a woman, you have a caregiver. Now it might sound funny, but he was like, true. Your woman, if she's a good woman and you treat her well, she will make sure there is nothing that you cooking, cleaning. I mean, taking care of you taking care of her. She will go the extra mile to make sure you good. You sick, baby? I'm gonna make you some soup. You know, we're natural, you know, nurturers and shit like that. I thought it was funny, but the comedian made some very good points on Netflix. I can't remember if it was Mike Epps or somebody else who just had a new stand-up show. But
Vibrant just made a good point too. Another one.
Yeah.
She's on it tonight. She's Vibrant on it. And you know, everybody in the chat, and my mind's on it too. And Miss Money. Y'all in the chat, man. Look, if y'all don't want to come up or whatever when we, you know, drop links and shit, man, type that shit in the fucking chat, man. Join the conversation. Love to hear it. We all ain't on the same page with shit. Sometimes I want to hear something different, man. You know, that's why I was hoping Mel would probably slide through Hood Table, because, you know, shit, I want to hear what the fuck you got to say.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Is she still here?
I never seen her tonight. You know what I'm saying? I seen her when I was at your show earlier today. But I'm going to go on avatar mode real quick, take my dab, Hood Table, so you and TC can get it in, because I don't know if TC got her audio right, but so TC can get her shit in. But I'm here, though. I'm just going to be in avatar mode.
Okay. Well, let me shoot Mel a little message. You know, that's my friend outside of YouTube. But hold on.
Oh, that's her right there. So she's Melissa. She's Melissa King.
Yes, that's my baby.
Oh, she been here. Oh, yeah, for sure. Mel.
Red said, get your ass on the link.
You know what I'm saying?
Anybody who wants to hit the link, it is pinned at the top. So if you want to hit the link, and the one thing, like me and Rick say, is our answers are not always right. We are not always the Bible. We just give from our experiences, and we like to hear other people's experiences. And in this life, we all learn. and we all grow together. It's okay to turn away from the fuck shit sometime and have real conversations. A lot of us are single. A lot of us are looking for love. A lot of us might be single parents. A lot of us, have goals and dreams and stuff that we're still trying to achieve. So it's okay that we have these real life conversations, every now, even if it's just once a week on a Sunday afternoon or Sunday evening. And welcome to the panel, Mel and TC.
Hey, I was gonna say, yeah, I'm here.
Yes, here. He probably didn't know if you was still here. But TC, is your audio good?
Hey, TC.
All right, I'm here. Hey, what's up, Mel?
Okay, all right. So what I'm gonna do, Riggs went off cam to take his little dabs. I'm gonna run to the bathroom, but everybody please go on mute. I'm gonna play our intro outro that Charlie made for us. And then after that, I'm gonna let you ladies go ahead and do y'all thug thizzle, okay?
Cause I got something for you. The hood table.
Oh Lord.
Cause I'm gonna get you in Mel. Cause I heard y'all the other day talking about stuff like this, but I want
And TC, I'm gonna say I thank you because I was saying the other day I don't always check my cash outs because I don't hardly ever get support that way. And I saw yours really late, so I just want to say thank you. I was waiting to see you in the chat so I could thank you.
It's only a token for what you and Big, what y'all do. So
I appreciate it. So okay, everybody go on mute. I'm about to play I'm gonna run to the restroom. Okay. This little intro song, and then we'll be back. Okay. All right.
From the block to the hood table, big rig slaps and cake decorating diva, discussing local issues, national news too, encouraging y'all to like or share and subscribe. We bring the heat, keeping it real tight. From the White House to the gutter, we report right. Welcome to the show, where we break it down. From the block to the hood table, it's all around. Sexy side profile man, the one and only big rig slaps in the cake decorating diva, the one and only the hood table. With news you can't use and subjects that need to be spoke. From the block to the hood, from the White House to the broke, we got many different topics and subjects. Grab your seat, get your popcorn, let's get ready. Talking about everything under the sun, from education to health, we here to run. Engage with us, spread the word far and wide. Appreciate y'all, thank you for the support. We bring the heat, keeping it real tight. From the White House to the gutter, we report right. Welcome to the show, where we break it down. From the block to the hood table, it's all around. Sexy side profile man, the one and only big rig slaps in the cake decorating diva, the one and only the hood table. With news you can use and subjects that need to be spoke. From the block to the hood, from the White House to the broke, we got many different topics and subjects. Grab your seat, get your popcorn, let's get ready.
Get ready, yeah.
Sing that shit, Riz.
Charlie did a thing. Let that guitar play. Hey, hood table, I'm gonna get one more dab in real quick. But oh shit, it looks like they fixed it. Vibrant, I don't know if they still look like white circles, but I was gonna let y'all know that Vibrant said that the two guests, Mel and TC, y'all's avatars was white circles, and she was asking if y'all could fix it. But I'm looking at it right now and I see both of y'all's pictures, so I don't know if it looks good to everybody out there in the chat. But just so y'all don't look like, two white dots, you know what I'm saying? Y'all better than that. But I'm back on mute.
When I'm looking on my cell phone, it does show white dots, but on StreamYard, it shows their avatar.
Oh, shit, it does. I just looked on my phone. Yeah, it does. That's crazy.
I don't know. Maybe StreamYard is just messing up because on StreamYard, I see their avatars.
That's a fact.
So
I don't know, Vibrant. I don't know. But they definitely, I'm looking at them on the StreamYard and they definitely got their picture, but now I'm looking on my other device and they are definitely white circles. And I'm looking at us at the table and we good. Our pictures is up.
Yeah, and I even went to the live on the internet. I mean on my laptop too.
Oh, well, the one on the vertical. Well, no, they're both going to show. So I don't know.
I don't know what's up. I guess it might be StreamYard. They just might be tripping.
For sure. Well, I'm gonna go on mute, so I'm gonna let the ladies do their thing.
Okay, all right. And before they go, I'm gonna let TC go first because she was here first. But Vibrant did say something. Not all females have a nurturing instinct. My sister-in-law is the Antichrist, but she's very good at earning money. But you are absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So TC, I'm gonna let you go first.
Yeah. Okay. So all right, good evening, y'all. Listen. First of all, I want to say that the statement that Vibrant made that is so on point. And it goes the same thing with some males too. Like all males are not a certain way. Some are very attentive providers, can be in the house, can organize. Everyone has a different energy. And that's the thing about matching, about being married or whatever in relationships. It's about energies matching. Or in the Bible, the Bible, which is the basic instruction before leaving this earth, it talks about being, was it unevenly yoked?
Right.
Right.
Unequally.
And that's a bit like when you break it down, that's very deep.
Right.
So it's not even about looks.
Mm-hmm.
See, because looks will change.
Right.
When we're younger, when we're older, when we life is life, and a person can have an accident and will change their whole. They'll be in an accident and they won't have. Listen, they'll be a totally different situation. And if a man doesn't know how to nurture his woman like the women are supposed to be all about nurturing that man, then what do we have here? A bunch of chaos. So, I think that I don't know what we're gonna do as a people, as a race of people, but realistic expectations have to really be talked about. We have to really talk about the elephants in the room, because I think that we still live in Cinderella. We're in Cinderella mode, and we want this, and I heard Big Rig say something about like we don't have it like Tyler Perry. Fuck Tyler Perry. I don't want it like Tyler Perry. The higher level, more devil.
Girl.
Okay. Now, see, because if you ever been around them folk or ever been around that situations, listen, it ain't. Oh, it's a lot to contend with. Sometimes some people just want to be just chill. Like, look, I think Beyonce said it. She said the one thing, if I could have it back, just being able to walk down the street to CVS and back without the whole wobbly wop.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and we have to be clear on what we ask for in this life. Our words are powerful. And I also want to say that, let me just say this, when we get with somebody, we are in a relationship, we can no longer do and be exactly the same person that we were before we met that person, because we are now in a relationship and it is a little different. Let me explain. Just 2 seconds. And this is where Mel, you in the hood table.
I'm listening. I'm like,
I'm coming. I have to ask y'all, because listen, if if you were, when I say you plural, not you or Mel or Big or anybody here, but if a person was out there doing parties, let's say, with a whole bunch of y'all mean, bros, you know what I'm saying? You meet a nice man, blah, 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 and you've been doing these parties with these men for a long time, blah, 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 this, that, and the other. Now, I'm not saying that you're going to dismiss the men, you're not going to ever talk to them again, this, that, and the other. Your communication and your type of, is going to have to minimize just a little. But if you want to have a relationship with your man, because same thing, if a man was in a life where he was out there, he was wheeling and dealing and doing, doing numbers, let's say, doing this, have women here doing this, have a bar, and then have all these women, this, that, and the other, and the third, and all the women sitting on his lap, and then his woman, come up in that mug, or his woman, come around or be a woman in his life. He can't do that no more. You wouldn't like it. I don't think so. Would you? I mean, look, let me just say this: there's people that don't really.
Give me an example.
I mean, there's some people that don't care, but there others do, because sometimes they doing too, so they don't really give a damn. So if that's what y'all rocking on, then God bless America and let freedom ring. Hallelujah, praise the Lord. Okay. But if it's one person can't do it, or one person has to be, not do what they used to do when they were single, you can't do what you were doing when you're single, when you get married, or when you start in a relationship and then get married. It don't work like that. It just doesn't. And that's what I wanted to say. And then I wanted to say standards. What are standards that are too high? Especially if that
hurts. I'll give you just a little example. Example. Okay, so just a little example. I make, and I'm not giving real numbers, okay? But let's say I make $18 an hour, and I want a man who makes $200,000 an hour. I mean, $2,000 a year, $200,000 a year. So I make $18 an hour. That's probably what, 36 a year, give or take, maybe a little overtime there. Not much. But the man that I want, he has to be making 200 plus a year. I drive a car that's like 15 years old, and I want a man to have a brand new car. I mean, it's so many different things that some people want from somebody else, and they're not even on the same level. And I hear women, the sisters, be doing shit like that.
But that's not a standard. That's not a standard, though.
But
that's an unrealistic expectation.
And see,
that's not a standard.
That's what we was talking about earlier, like setting your standards so high that can't nobody even meet them. But there are people who that's their standards. That's what they will not date somebody who don't do this, who don't do this, don't do that, don't have that, don't have that. That can be somebody's standards. It might be a high expectation, but that's what they're normally.
But that's different. But no, that's different though, the hood, because what you're saying is that you want him to have it, but you don't have it. But if you have it, you don't have any children, if you have a degree, if you have an apartment, or if you have a house, that's an unrealistic expectation. That's the standard, because the standard is that you have it yourself first. Now, if you talking about you want somebody that's making $200,000, and if you ain't making $200,000 yourself, you have an unrealistic expectations.
I do agree. It's
Because
unrealistic. I do agree that it's unrealistic. If you're
if you don't have it for yourself, you
Mhm.
can't expect it for somebody else.
Right. Absolutely. I agree with that. I agree with that. I agree with that. I agree with that. Now, when I was younger and when I was growing up, we used to have lists. We used to have lists. And we used to write down what it was that we wanted from a guy, what it was that we would not, the pros, the cons, and things like that. And we would have a list. Although we were all living in the hood, we barely had a pot to piss in and a window to throw it out. But we still like these were our standards. This is what I don't want a man who ain't got no car. I don't want a man who ain't got a whole bunch of bands in his pocket. I don't want a man who that those were the things that we wanted and that we desired. Were they unrealistic? You damn right. They were unrealistic. I mean, you can go out there, you can get a hustler, you can get a drug dealer, you can get shit like that. But was that what we really, really wanted? And I can also put that in the same category as settling as well. You settle for a dope dealer, you settle for a thug, you settle for a nigga from the streets who don't have no expectations for themselves. They just out there hustling and balling. Now, I'm not saying this up. Okay, the drugs, so yeah, that's a bad thing. Okay, it is what it is. But what I'm saying is a lot of us back then, that's what we wanted. And you can call it standards, you can call it high expectation, but that was just what we wanted, what we desired, and that was it. That was the end and all. Like, you got to be a baller. You got to be making money. You got to be able to take me here, take me there. Like, that's just what we required when we were younger. Was it right? No. And so that's why I say over time, over years, I didn't let myself, I don't want to say I settle or anything like that, but my standards aren't the same from when I was a youngster to an OG where I am today. My standards might be, you just got to have a car. It ain't got to be brand new. It ain't got to be sitting on rims. It ain't got to have the best stereo system out here, but you do got to have a car. You don't have to be a doctor or a lawyer or anything like that, but you do got to have a good job. And when I say good job, now this is where I can't have a standard. If I'm making damn near 100 a year, I don't want to date somebody that's making 30 or 40. So a lot of times people do settle because I think they have that low self-esteem value. That's why I wanted to talk about both of those topics tonight, because I see it even on here. I see it even on here. People who say they're one way, but they accepted something totally not what they reflect or project.
This is different. Folks totally aggrandize their situations, and they aggrandize themselves and the way they look, and they also want to talk about other people and the way they look, and they look like a whole hot mess. Humpty Dumpty sat on the wall. But here's the
where's my KRN towel? Where my KR? You know what?
What happens is that there's a lot of people, if you notice, there are a lot of people that I don't know what mirrors they have in their house, but I'm gonna start at the top. There's some old mofos that's here that look like a whole hot mess. They look like 1,000 years old. They look like Methuselah. They look worse than Methuselah because I didn't know what Methuselah looked like, but they look 900 something years old, and they're supposed to be younger than me. They're supposed to be younger than me. I'm 56 now. Okay, so here's the thing. You got some folks that are young that look a whole hot mess, and they young people, and they looking like a whole 900 years old. And
is TC throwing shots, or am I tripping? I came off mute.
Y'all, listen, y'all see what I see. Do you see what I see? Here's the thing. Stevie Wonder can see this. You see what I'm saying? Helen Keller can see this, and she was dumb, deaf, and blind. So the bottom line is that anybody can see. Some of these people look a mess. They act a mess. They are a mess. And everything else, but they want to, number one, they'll come on here and call shots on people. Their identity thefts, the thieves. They really listen to your story. They listen to stories about what other people's personal stories, and then what they'll do is they'll go around and they'll snatch it, like, because these are what we call, soul snatchers. Now, understand, we're in the spiritual warfare, so I'm gonna get with it for real, for real. You got a lot of people on here that really live vicariously through the stories that they hear, because they wish they could have a life like you do. Okay, and whether or not you're from the hood or whatever, this, that, and the other, look at you now, sis. Okay, look at us now. All right, look at all of us now. We're working. We don't hurt nobody. We're not trying to hurt nobody. We try to help our people. We try to be about the business of sharing, our gifts and our talents and things of that nature. But some of these folks, they are absolute liars. They really and truly wish they could have half of what you have. And this is why I say it is so very important how we structure what we ask for. So when we were younger, we didn't really ask for doctors and lawyers, but we asked for a man that had some potential. Now, as we got older, we was like, fuck that potential bullshit, because they better be executing. When you get to 40 years old, that potential done turned in. Now you better have executed something. You better manifested something. You see, here's the thing. This is why it's so important to have a vocabulary past the 3rd grade, which most people don't know how to do here, especially in these YouTube streets. We can't use the YouTube streets because a lot of these folks don't have a vocabulary. The only thing they know how to do is cuss and fuss. That's why I like it here on this channel, because we have real discussions. The other people do not. It's unfortunate. We used to in our YouTube streets, but unfortunately, we have dummied down, just like everything else in this United States of America. Okay, everything is dummied down, so people don't really know how to verbalize. That yeah, well, that wasn't a faux pas. It was just okay. See, you on code. This is why I love these y'all people over here, because y'all catch stuff. And see, the thing is that y'all have social cues. I can throw some shots and then y'all be like, what? Okay, and then we can keep it moving. You see,
I'm just waiting until it's safe. I'm just waiting until it's safe. Go on and do your thing.
And we don't have to explain and do all of this, all of this kind of stuff. So all I'm saying is that, unfortunately, communication is so very, very important. And I've noticed that most of these folks don't even have a communication level or education level of a mosquito. And so they're not on our level. And you know what? I'm not making any excuses. That's them. Their behavior patterns show who they are. That's who they are. That's who they've been. That's all they are. That's all they know. And God bless America and let freedom ring. And that's just that. But that's what I'm saying. There are some gentlemen who have some absolute potential. And when they're in their 20s and 30s, I'm going to give it to them. But when they're in their 40s and 50s, there's this other part is called manifestation. It's just like, as a mother, the hood table, and others that are here, all of y'all are mothers, and Big, you a dad, right? When your children are 3 months old, they're supposed to be doing certain things, right? When they're 6 months old, they're supposed to be doing certain things. Then they start teething and stuff. Now, I don't know. Some of these kids are teething at 3 months. They want to eat your food. They want to eat grits and they want to eat eggs. I see what the grandmothers are doing. You two do the hood table, your grandma. So y'all know y'all giving y'all big grandbabies the food, because they be like, later for this bottle, grandma, I want some food. Don't play with me, okay? Now, right, because that's what grandparents do, okay? And then 9 months, there's benchmarks. And then in 12 months, then there are benchmarks. And they're supposed to be doing certain things. And it's the same way that we are when we're at a certain age, for those that can go along with those benchmarks. Now, other people may not have those benchmarks. Okay, so that's a special situation. We got that, okay? But regularly, yes. If the men are 30 and 40 years old, 20 and 30, they're manifesting. They should be out here, checking and seeing what's going on, working here, working there, working 2 jobs. going to get certifications like Africa. Go get a college education and some certifications. Go find out where they can go and do some volunteer work so they can see some things. Okay, because see, it's one revenue stream ain't gonna do it. And when you got a wife and you when you have a wife, or when you take on a wife, she's gonna have a baby or a couple of babies, and y'all gonna have a season of having, producing and having children. She can't be out there, especially depending on where you live in the United States, in the cold weather, on ice and this, that, and the other and the third. She's gonna have to be at home and working with the other children and things of that nature. Yes, that's the way it should be, but we know that doesn't always happen. Every situation that Mel go, because I know Mel's got some great things to say. I heard y'all talking the other day. All I'm saying is
that audio was going crazy.
Yeah, it sounds a little better right now.
All right, I'm trying. I now have another device, but all I'm saying is
real good now. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. All I'm saying is, y'all, I think when we have to be very, very specific and careful about what we ask for.
Absolutely, I agree.
And because the spirits hear it, we're in a spiritual warfare. I know a lot of folks don't want to hear nothing about Christianity, Islam, none of that stuff. Whatever. That's fine. If you don't, God bless America and let freedom ring. But I'm here to tell you that if you see people doing something a certain way and things of that nature, is some stuff that they don't even know. Sometimes they just being used. There's some forces that are using them. And then you're doing the right thing, and then they squander and they squander on you. So just be mindful, because people are users out here. So and on that I'm mute.
You stated a lot of facts and a lot of good.
Jump in there, Mel.
Yes, I'm gonna have Mel jump in here. One thing I just want to say real quick: when it comes to the children, if they not meeting the, I don't want to say the, like TC was saying, 6 months, 1 year, when you take them to their doctor's appointments, reading, crawling, walking, different things like that. What you do, you go get them checked out and you go get them tested, right? So there are certain things that you expect your children to meet when they're younger and growing up. And if not, you like, hey doc, why ain't he walking yet? Why ain't he talking yet? So, when you grown and when you meet a certain age, yeah, we absolutely like, why aren't you doing this at a certain age by now? Something wrong? Anyway, go ahead, Mel.
Man, TC done took me through.
I know.
I might not even need to be up on this panel, because she done took me around the world.
Go on black screen. She done been.
Hey, TC. But yeah, she made a lot of good points. I told you, I may not be the best person for this type of conversation, because I'm anti-relationship. I ain't gonna say anti, but for me personally, I'm not a relationship person, because relationships require compromise, all of that type of stuff. I'm not doing that right now. So, but for other people, I wish them the best. I will say this. Damn, what was I gonna say? Because I was thinking about it when TC was talking. No, I forget. Oh, I know what I was gonna say. What I had put down in the chat is, I think a lot of times people get settling and compromising confused, because you can, when I think settle, I think you are saying you, in a way, dumbing yourself down or taking yourself to a lower level. But it could be just that, and like TC said, at a certain age, it's no longer about potential. You should already be there. But like when you're younger and stuff, everybody's not gonna have everything on your checklist. But there's gonna be some things you're gonna just have to compromise on. Like, and it's different for every person, Everybody has what they'll compromise on. Now, personally, myself, I'm divorced. And I would be honest, I probably fell in the settled category with my marriage. And that's probably why it didn't work. But, you never know until you get in it. Because a lot of stuff, I used to have certain expectations when I was young. I'm 51, going on 52 now. So my mindset when I was 25 was totally different. And I just thought everything was black and white. But when you get older, that's when you learn it's a lot of gray areas. You know, like it's a lot of things where you can't just say, if he don't have this, it's a deal breaker. Because you could be saying that, and it's like maybe he just not at that point in his life where he didn't reach that, you know. So it's different for every person, I guess, what they'll accept and what they want to accept. But I do think there's a difference between settling and just kind of like, well, okay, he don't have to have, like you were saying, he don't have to have a $200,000 car, but he got to have a car. So to me, I don't see that as a settle. I see it more as a compromise. So, you know, stuff like that.
I absolutely agree. And a lot of times when we do settle, like it can be a thin line. It really can be a thin line because in one instance somebody might tell you, well, that's why you ain't got no man. That's why you ain't got no woman now. That's why you single right now. Because some people, I can't remember who was it in the chat that said sometimes people's standards or it's not the same. Like you might want this man to look like this. Like we talk about body shape, height, complexion, just things, not even talking about money and materialistic things. But just somebody might be like, well, I don't care what complexion they are. And somebody else be like, well, I like dark-skinned men. I like light-skinned men. I like tall, short, thick, skinny. You know, we all have like a certain desire. I don't pretty much call that settling. That's just what you're visually attracted to.
That's true.
You know what I mean? That's what there's certain things that I'm attracted to, and then there's certain things that I'm not. And so I feel like if I'm really not attracted to this kind of person, am I wrong? Is that bad? Is this why I'm single? Do I gotta force myself? Just like, okay, I'm just saying I'm a whole lot of woman, right? There are a lot of men who refuse to date thick women.
Yeah.
Even though the woman that they could be bypassing could have everything. She could be the perfect mate for him. Perfect mother, wife, friend, confidant, sex partner, all that kind of shit. But because she doesn't look like this image, he won't give her the time of day. He wrong for that? You know, that's what he likes. That's what he's attracted to over here.
I guess that's one of them things where you like what you like, you know.
Yeah, but some people could be like, well, shit, if I get what I'm settling. So it's different. It's different degrees of settling. It can be a very thin line to me sometimes.
Let me ask Mel something real quick.
Okay.
First off, appreciate your honesty, Mel. You coming up here, you know what I'm saying, and then what you said about a marriage and saying that you pretty much can think you settled. You know, a lot of people don't keep shit honest, man, and 100 because they worried about how people gonna view them or what they gonna say, right? So I appreciate you for that.
I don't know no other way to talk. I'm always straight from the hip.
and that's the way you supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? But you had said something when I was in the chat at Hood Tables earlier. And listening to you sound really logical. You know what I'm saying, when it comes to this type of shit. But you made a statement and you said, I can't really tell you anything about keeping a man, but I could definitely tell you how to lose a man. So why would you say that? You think that you are the type that would just pretty much be like, you know what I'm saying, fuck it, and just kind of throw a relationship away, just whatever? I mean, what made you come with that type of statement?
Okay. Well, when I said that, I was basically speaking from a point that, you know, I haven't had a successful relationship, but I can tell you what will fuck a relationship up. You know what I mean? Like, I can't tell you how to keep it perfect, but I can tell you what would definitely sabotage it. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of where I was.
Give us a few things.
Like, okay, if you married to somebody and like say y'all have nothing in common, and nobody is willing to at least try what the other person is willing to try, it's like, come on, you that's not going, I mean, opposites do attract, but you got to have something, you
Right.
know.
That's a fact.
Right. So I'm like, so if I tell them think hard, because like, okay, because I got a friend now that's actually been engaged for like 2 years, because I did her engagement announcement. And I called her maybe about a year ago and I was like, when is the wedding? And she was like, man, I don't know. I'm going back and forth, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, look, don't talk to me. You know, I'm biased, this, that, and the other. And like a lot of the stuff she was saying to me, I wanted to say something, but I'm like, and I questioned myself. I'm like, maybe I shouldn't say that. Maybe I shouldn't say that. But she was telling me like, you know, they're both living in 2 different areas. He was supposed to move to Charlotte from Buffalo. That hasn't happened yet. There's a lot of things that haven't happened yet. And I'm just like sitting there like, well, you know, and I'm trying to be that good friend that's like, well, don't make any hasty decisions, you know. But like a lot of times we know in your gut when there's that he's not the one. And then sometimes we just do it anyway.
Well, let me ask you this, Mel.
Mm-hmm.
Do you consider yourself like a nice and a good woman?
Yeah.
Do you think you're the type that really kind of get on your man's line or complain a lot and all that, or have like an expectation, like how we were saying, of somebody that they really can't meet? Or do you think that you're pretty reasonable?
Honestly, I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. I've only had one what you would call real relationship. The rest of them were just we cool, we kicking it, you know, this, that, and the other. So, but yeah, I'm a good person, but I'm also a very I have a strong personality, and I can compromise. But like when shit is just wrong, I'm gonna say something about it. So I don't know if that would be considered nagging, but I'm usually like whatever I'm passionate about is valid. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it just depends. I can't really answer that question. I'm a good person.
No, that's real. That's real.
I'm a good person. I'm a do the right thing person. I got your back person. But if it's something that I feel like is foolishness, I'm also gonna let you know that too. And I think one of the biggest issues, my marriage had 2 big issues. Number one, there was a cultural difference because he was not from the state. He was not from here. And the other thing is there was a almost 10-year age difference. So he was a lot younger. So, you know, like I said, it was red flags going in. And my attitude back then was like, okay. And this is why I feel like I settled. Because at this point, I'm like 33. I'm getting older. I want kids, this, that, and the other. He's a good guy, you know. And I'm like, I'm gonna do it. If it don't work out, we just get a divorce. Like, I thought it was like black and white, easy like that. So, you know, I went in. And the other thing is, you know, like I was saying in the chat, my parents have been married for 50 years. They celebrated their 50th wedding anniversary last year. And it's one of them things where it was about 20 of them years, we was like, I wish y'all would get a divorce. Why are y'all still together? Give the rest of us a break. Just let it go. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't have that ideal, you know, people always assume kids who grew up in a 2-parent home are used to this, whatever. And there wasn't any violence or anything, but you can look at 2 people and tell they weren't happy, you know? And then a lot of the things, the traits my dad had were good, but they were also, you know, I'm like, I ain't never married nobody like that. I'm not, you know, they say most men marry somebody like they daddy, right? So I think when I went into my marriage, I was already messed up because I didn't know, like I would call my brother, I'm the only girl. So I would call my brother about certain things. And, you know, he always tells me too, that, you know, you can be kind of, your personality strong. And a lot of times you don't like to listen, you know. And I'm like, but yeah. And so I would call him and be like, do you think I overreacted? And he'd be like, yeah. But then I'm thinking, nigga, you be underreacting. You just saying that because it's some shit you'll do. You know what I'm saying? So I just felt like I was in a position where I didn't know whether I was being too much or too little. And it was just a lot of work. So I think that's what
I can understand that. Mm-hmm.
my views with relationships is like, it ain't worth the trouble. You know, I'm just like, I'm good. Yeah, I don't want to put that work in. And if you know you don't want to put that work in, don't do that to that other person.
That's good advice.
Yeah.
Right there. That part, that's good advice.
Yeah, you gotta know yourself, you know, and that's why I tell people, like, I'm selfish, not selfish to a point. I'm selfish to the point that I'm like, when the holidays come around, I don't want to decide who house we going over. You know, when it's time to do something, I don't want to have to be like, well, let me check with him and see what he want to do. I don't want to be bothered with all that. I'm good with it just being me. Now, I told you I will never get married again, but I would probably consider dating after my daughter gets to be an adult. But it ain't gonna never be no situation where nobody come live in my house.
Man,
None
I
of
don't
that.
want to do that anymore. I said that. I say that all the time. I know y'all done heard me say it before. I done stayed with different guys before in the past, and I don't want to do that anymore unless I'm married. I know a lot of people find themselves in that situation, and I don't even. It's just like, okay. I told y'all a story of how I have a friend who was with a guy. They got engaged. I'm supposed to do their cake, wedding cake. I'm
Mm-hmm.
supposed to do all that, right? They got engaged, and then they set a date. And I'm like, I got it on my schedule, colors and everything, what the cake gonna look like, all that shit. And it's been like 7 years.
And they still hadn't set a date
Nope. And it's like it's no date. It's they're just like
in limbo,
it's not like it's in limbo. It's not even there. It's not even a thought anymore.
but they're still together.
Right. And
Mm.
without going into so much, like it's like they're just with each other.
Yeah.
And I don't want that.
Yeah, because it sounds kind of miserable.
I don't see that's the thing. I know that everything is not hunky dory in relationships. I know this, man, in my
Yeah.
Christopher voice, but I don't
Yeah.
want to be in an unhappy relationship. I can't, and that's why I would prefer to be single. I see so many people going through so much shit in their relationship, and they're so unhappy. They miserable. They cry at night. They just all these things. All the things, and I don't want that. I don't
Mm-hmm.
want that. That's why I was like, I want to find somebody or date somebody, and years down the line, if we feel like we want to get married, I want to get married, but I don't want to move in your shit. I don't want you to move in my shit. I want us to get our shit.
Mm-hmm.
And not like that will make a relationship last, but I just feel like getting into a new relationship and then moving in together is like so many things, like even spend a night over a guy's house. Let's say a guy spends a night over your house. He knows that some other motherfucker been over there. I know some other motherfucker been over there. Like, you know what I'm saying? So if we were to like move in and actually live with each other, I want to make sure everything is new beds, new furniture, just all that type of shit, all those things. Because
Like
I don't
a
want
fresh start.
somebody to say this is my shit. This is
I
my
get
shit.
it.
You know what I'm saying?
I get it.
Like seriously, but I don't want to be in an unhealthy relationship. And a lot of people dumb themselves down, and they will just to be in a relationship because that's the social thing to do is to be in a relationship. Your friends might be in one, your neighbor might be in one, but I don't ever want to force anything on myself because I've done that in the past. I'm telling y'all, I've done that in the past. Oh Lord. I'm like, it's so many things that I regret from growing up. Not regret like it was just the most horrible situation, but it's like, why was I with him in the first place? He wasn't all that. I can see him from a distance. That's why when I tell you I'm very good reader of people these days. I'm telling you, I can spot them. I can spot them because I was not that good back in the day at spotting people who weren't good for me. And I just was like, oh, he's cute. Oh, he got a car. Oh, he got some money. Oh, he like me. He think I'm cute. You know, show me all this attention. That's how I was growing up, which was a lot of females. But now it's like, I don't care how many nice white teeth you got up in your mouth. don't care how expensive shoes you got in your closet. What can you do for me mentally? Can you
Right.
spend my mind before you even touch me?
Yeah.
Like, can you make me fall in love with you without buying me things and all this kind of stuff? You know what I mean? I'm on some grown type of shit these days. And I'm not settling. I will stay single until I find that right person. I'm not going to settle. And when I say not settling, I'm not saying for the things. I'm
Right.
saying for the person.
That's a good point. That is
Yeah.
a very good point. Because I've never been materialistic anyway. I'm not a money motivated type person. I done dealt with a broke nigga before. But you know, like you said, he had a job. He just wasn't making what I was making. But 'cause but you're right. Like that's something you don't want to settle on when it comes to the mental and all of that stuff. You got to be together on that, or you just not. You're gonna be miserable.
Yeah, I mean, I want somebody who's like me. I want somebody who's family oriented. I got want somebody who takes care of their children. Somebody you don't have to go to church 5 days a week like we was forced to do growing up. But I want somebody who believes in God, who has some type of faith. If something happened between us, I want you to pray me through some shit. I pray you through some shit. You know what I'm saying? We on our knees at night. You know, together. I want that type of shit. And as far as like relationships goes, if we in the same mindset going in, that's the thing I had a problem with growing up and in my younger relationships. I wasn't always on the same mindset with them. And it was like when I look back, I'm like, was I sabotaging myself? Even though I have two wonderful grown men out of two failed relationships, I would never take that back because I wouldn't have my boys.
And see, that's what I say too. If I had to do it all over again, I would do it all over again because I got the best thing out of it when we had our daughter, you know. So I can't erase that and then still be good. But yeah, if there were no kids involved, I probably would say I would have did it differently.
Yeah, there wasn't no kids involved. But when I see my 28-year-old son walk through that door, my grandbaby, what up, mom? How you doing? Hugs and kisses and all this, and them calling me every day for nothing. What you doing? You eat today? You good? The baby want to say hi. I mean, my youngest son. What you doing? Oh, my youngest son called because you know they have like my ring and my ADT and all that, right? So I was coming home yesterday, and for some reason I was turning the alarm off coming through the garage with my phone, but it wasn't going off. And it was just, you know, and so Cam, he hit me up. Mom, is you okay? What's going on? I'm
He
on
thought
my
somebody was
way.
breaking
I'm
in.
like, why don't you just look at the cameras and see? You can see me walking through the house. Like they are really like overprotective, just like I was with them. And they ain't perfect. I done had hardships with them boys growing up. You know, they boys, but they are like the best that I could ever want out of children compared to a lot of shit I see out here with people dealing with their kids. So I would never, I would go through the same shit I went through, same two guys. But it was like after those failed relationships, it made me kind of think differently. Like I've been in situationships, you know, over the years after them, but nothing like concrete where I'm yours, you're mine, and I'm like it has to be right mentally, physically, spiritually, and I'm not an overly spiritually woman like my mother was, but you have to have some spiritual. How do you say it, TC? You know, spirituality in yourself. You know what I mean? Because I didn't met some guys who didn't grow up in church. It's kind of like, okay, it's kind of like when you look at the R&B people of today. They don't have that soul of the R&B people back in the day because they wasn't raised in church and things like that, right? So I kind of look at men the same way too. You got to have that background. You got to have that upbringing. You got to have, you know, that spirituality. I'm not saying you got to be a Bible thumper, but I can't believe in God and you don't believe in God. You know, when TC said it earlier, unequally yoked, that has a lot to do with your faith as well.
True.
Because I do believe that you have to have some type of spirituality to yourself in order to run a household with a man or a woman.
Yeah.
Because when things get hard, who is you going to look to? When the bills seem like they're not being paid, you know, a lot of people believe, they faith, they pray, we're going to get through this. We got to have some type of belief, something, instead of just, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Because a lot of times I feel like when there is not an ounce of religious belief in a household, it just makes you want to just throw the whole shit away without even trying. So that's just what I believe. But that's just me, you know. And again, like me and Rick say all the time, our way ain't the highway. It ain't the Bible or nothing like that.
That's why I always say, when I'm speaking, I'm only speaking for myself, because like other people who are in relationships, I'll be happy for them. I'll go to a wedding, I'll be crying at the wedding, I'll be congratulations. I'm happy for you, but that's not something I want for me. So, and I have to be careful with that. And I didn't realize it until Naya started getting older. But you know, she right to myself, she ain't never getting married. And I told her one day, I said, look, you don't have to have the same beliefs that I have. I have a reason for not wanting to get married again. I don't want you to ever feel like you shouldn't do it because you know how I feel about it. So now, if you meet somebody you like and I approve, then you know, help yourself.
I approve.
Yeah, no, she knows it. Yeah, I'm gonna put them through the ringer, but I don't want her to feel. She knows it's just me and her, so I don't want her to think that my feelings are, like you said, the highway. It's not my way or the highway. This is what works for me. So, you know, but
you're right. A lot of things that we believe in can fall on our children because they watch and see what we do every day.
And see, I didn't think about that when she was younger. Because I'm me all the time. The same stuff you hear when I'm talking to you, that's what she hear. So you know what I'm saying? So
you approve of the man or whatever. I'm the same way with my boys. Like when they was coming up, they knew not to bring just some old chick to some. They knew because mama would be like, excuse me, but we're about to leave now. I would call them in the room. What the fuck? Like, there was one girl that my son was with, right?
Yeah.
And something was off about her. And so, you know, just like with me, I throw parties all the time for my birthdays. I'm the same way with my son, big parties, like renting out halls and renting out water parks and renting out, you know, they always had it big. The shit I didn't have growing up, right? So I rented out this hall for my son's 21st birthday, and the girl that he was with came, and man, I tell you, she came looking like a whole slut. I mean, all the guys was looking at this girl like, what the fuck does she got on? And she was all over him. Now we with family, my uncles, my dad's brothers, everybody's there for his 21, right? And people is just like mingling and socializing. Our family, we straight no chaser, okay? Yeah. Like, what the fuck is wrong with his girl? Why she acting like that? All just over the top. And then the shit she had on was so short. You can damn near see. I mean, I never seen her like that. I'm like, why would she choose this time?
Right. Talk about a bad first impression.
Right. And it wasn't even the first because I had met her plenty of times. She'd been over my house, but I was like, it's always something. I couldn't put my finger on it. And so that particular day, he was trying to we got family in town, everybody trying to fuck with him and shit, you know, take pictures, all that. She would not let go of him. She was like a motherfucking stray dog, just always on him and trying to just be all over him like this and shit. And then every time he sat down, she would plop her ass up on his lap and kiss him and just all kind of weird shit.
Yeah.
After that night, I'm like, nigga, let me tell you something. That bitch gonna have you catching some shit.
She was letting your son know he can get it at the end of the day. Like, this is all you. I wore this outfit for you. You finna
but
get it.
But the thing about it is, I already know they was doing stuff like that. But she came off as real.
So it sound like me. She was letting every other nigga that know he could get it too.
And that's a fact too.
Attention seeking.
I would have been in there and I would have put my shades on. Like, damn, what the fuck? What's going on up over here?
Right.
I mean, she didn't want him to talk to nobody, go near nobody without her. It was like this. I'm like,
Yeah, I'm
no.
sure that. But she want to show all the goods though. It's all good for her though.
I said
But
no.
you better not say nothing to nobody though.
I said no.
That's
I'm old school. I find that very tacky.
But before I even said that, before I even had a chance to say something, his homeboys, his brothers, his cousins, that ain't it, bro. That ain't
hell
it,
yeah.
bro.
That's a
We
fact.
don't know where the fuck you found her, but that ain't it.
Especially to be calling her yours like that, you feel me? Like it'd be different if she's a little runner or something. But like if you over there like this, your girl and shit, come on, bro.
Let me ask you this
You gotta put your
though.
partner to the side.
She came in there damn butt ass naked. She came in there damn butt ass naked. And I got my uncles in their 60s and 70s up in there like, what the fuck?
Did she show up by herself or did he pick her up? Okay, because I was gonna say, I knew if he went and picked her up. And he should have told her.
Oh yeah, you gotta change that shit.
She was invited, but she came by herself. She brought herself there, but she was invited.
Okay.
I mean,
so what was his reaction?
Because he my son is like me. We're very outgoing family.
Is this Cam or your oldest boy?
That was the oldest one, the one who got my baby.
Okay.
We like to mix and mingle and have fun and all this. And he couldn't do nothing. He couldn't breathe. He couldn't do nothing. He was like, oh my God. Why is she acting so? It was like insecurity on top of attention seeking, on top of one thing I don't like to do. I love a man who shows me attention, who can display affection publicly, but all this just all this, you know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, back the fuck up. Like, let me breathe. Why me? Like, I don't know if y'all ever had a man like that or a woman like that, but they scared to like not be at your side as if somebody's gonna snatch your ass up real quick or they don't trust you.
And see, I'm the complete opposite when it comes to PDA. I don't believe in public displays of affection.
As long as it's not over the top. I do. I sure do.
No.
I do. Yeah, I'm definitely
I sure do.
Not crazy, but I definitely do.
No, that's not me.
To pull a titty out, none of that shit. But the kissing, the touching, the grabbing.
I'm not no like holding hands, walking down the motherfucking boardwalk type or nothing like that. But you know, if we standing in line or something and you looking kind of good, I may put my hand on your waist and may rub on you a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
That's public affection. That's not too bad. I'm talking about people that like
public affection though.
Sort of. I guess by my definition, I don't see putting your arm around her or that type of thing a big deal. But like I went to like my daughter sings in the choir, so for the first the day go and sing at one of the semi-professional baseball teams here, they always do the national anthem. So she had been telling me about a friend of hers that she had met at school. I hadn't met the girl yet. So her parents were there too. So I met her and then she introduced me to her parents. So I was like, okay, because my thing is, I'm one of them people, before I let you do anything with my child, I got to see who you come from. I got to meet the parents. I got to get an idea of how you was raised. So I said, okay, I'm going to sit with them. When I tell you, they was all over each other's tonguing each other down. I'm like, we at a fucking baseball game. What the hell is wrong with y'all? Y'all can't and then every time he got up to move,
over the top. That's over the top. Okay.
Every time he got up to move, she had to go with him. He said he finna go to the concession stand. Here she jumping up, leaving. And you would think when me and her being the ladies, she would stay behind and kind of get to know me. She couldn't get to know me for trying to keep up with his ass. So I told Naya, I said, I don't know.
Display of affection where you want to say to a motherfucker, get a room.
Get a room, yes.
Yeah, that's different. Like that's a whole different.
But yeah, if it's just y'all standing there and you put your arm around her, you lean your head on his chest or something like that, I can deal with that. But when you just like over the top.
Well, about this one. What if a man he let you looking all nice and juicy and sexy, and he reach around your waist and put his hand in your back pocket and kind of grab a little chunk of change. Look, is that too much?
No, I can deal with that.
Okay, I'm just trying to see where your head at.
Like I said, if you looking like you want to tell them to get a room, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
But yeah, me personally, like, I'm just.
And as far as the hand holding, I'm good with hand holding, but I perspire with my hands.
Your hand get to sweating and shit.
Yeah,
I ain't with all that.
with my hands, and I don't like that feeling.
And you know, I'm a germaphobe. I'm real funny about certain stuff. Like even when my daughter, like she come home from school,
I'm not even I'm not a mouth kisser. You know what I'm saying? So
I don't do that.
Kissing all like that in public and shit. That's wild.
Yeah,
I don't like that either.
French kissing or something like that in public, I would never do something.
Yeah,
like
that's.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that in private. I don't believe. I don't like swap and spit. I don't like that.
Yeah, that's never been my thing.
I don't know. It used to be my thing. It really did. I just thought it was everybody's thing when I was coming up, the French kissing. But as I got older, I was like, that's really not. Ooh, it's really not. But yeah, I used to be all in the, and if you could French kiss, if you could and you did it really well, shit. But yeah,
you know what was funny?
French kiss something else.
You know, look.
Well, I didn't want to get nasty, but I'd rather fuck with them other lips than to deal with that mouth. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We grown.
As weird as that sounds, I've said the same thing before. I'm like, I go down for
French kiss that motherfucking shit. Wrap that shit up in a bowl, nigga, with your tongue.
Look, you know what was funny? Like the first time I did, first time I kissed a guy, and when I was younger, I ain't see all that type of stuff. And whenever you would see on TV, it just looked like people putting their mouth together and moving their head back and forth. So the first time I did kiss somebody, we supposed to be doing that. I'm standing there thinking, what am I supposed to do with my tongue? Do I move it out the way? Or
my first experience was with an older guy, and so he kind of like taught me how. I think I'm a pretty great kisser, by the way. But I was taught by somebody older, so I immediately somebody got me in the background. I immediately knew how to kiss, but yeah, I can understand if you never kissed somebody before. Who is that got me in the background?
That's me.
Okay, I just muted you. But I can understand, if you never kissed before and you I'm gonna mute you, TC. Okay, she's muted. But I can understand if you never kissed before and it's your first time, it can be very, very awkward. I mean, your first time, anything is very awkward. Hugging, kissing, touching, foreplay. The first time, and it don't matter if you've been in 10, 15 relationships before the person you with now, it still be a little awkward. And that's why I feel like there's the need where you should know well before time for that what somebody likes. All the talking, all the flirting, all the late nights, all the pillow talk, all that, all the dates and stuff. About time you get there with that woman, about time you get there with that man, that's not the time to figure out what each other likes. You know what I mean? I've always been the type of woman where I don't want to date no man who don't go downtown, and I will tell you that straight the fuck up.
See, that's not a deal breaker for me. I don't even care for that.
That's a deal breaker for me. You know why? Because a lot of men want that thing sucked. A lot of men want that thing sucked, but some men don't want to return. And if I feel like this, if you don't want to do that to me, then I ain't gonna do that to you. And I don't.
So it's like the principle of it. If I'm a giver, you gonna be a giver.
I'm not gonna be the only. Nope, ain't no way, ain't no how. That's a deal breaker right there. And I thank God, I never met one who didn't. But I know women. No, come on now. Let me keep it hood. Let me keep it funky. I know women who have been in long-term relationships with men who have never done that to them, but they always want to put their thing in their mouth. That's not right.
Well, see, I don't have no problem with that because I be like, skip it. I even if they try, sometimes I'm like, I don't want to do
that. Don't be laughing at me.
No.
Don't.
Mel said, skip it.
That
Yeah.
shit fucks me up.
Let's get
Skip
straight
it.
to the gusto, you know.
Right, skip
So,
it.
you'll go down on a man even if he never
That's
does.
crazy.
But see, that's
dog.
the difference, though. That's something that I enjoy doing.
I enjoy doing it too.
So
but I also
it don't.
enjoy
Bless your
receiving.
hearts, man. You know, bless your hearts.
It
I
doesn't.
also enjoy
It doesn't matter if he want to do it because I'm not into it. So I guess I don't care.
Oh, well, see, if you're not into it, if
Yeah.
you don't like it, that's one thing.
It's
Now, I
one of
don't
them
know
things.
too many women who don't like it, but
I'd rather just get to the good part. I don't want that.
that is the good part to me. That should always happen first and maybe last.
No,
Skip it.
skip it.
First, last,
I'm ready to go straight to the beat down.
Girl, I can't. I love my foreplay. Now there is times
fuck,
where
this
it's
is
just
fucking great.
spontaneous. There are times when you're just spontaneous, and motherfucker will just turn that ass over. You know, okay. But like a normal situation where you might have some time, and you know the kids might be asleep or whatever, and the foreplay is everything. The foreplay is everything.
Yeah.
Everything. Everything.
Let me just say this. I think that all of that is about.
Get in there, TC.
Yeah, let me get on air.
TC's views on these things before. We've been on a panel before.
Let me show you
Oh,
something.
snap.
It's a must. It's a deal breaker. I don't give a fuck. You ain't got no teeth, but you got a goddamn tongue. I don't give a fuck. You better be able to handle that situation. I'm not no fat bitch. I can spread my motherfucking legs, put that motherfucking head in between that motherfucking shit, and do what you gotta do. And see, I love my body. I don't give a fuck. I'm an exhibitionist. I will get out here and be a motherfucking. I don't give a fuck. So here's the thing. I love my body. I love all that shit. And see, I want. You goddamn right. You're motherfucking right. You better handle that business, or else you getting up out of here. Okay.
I'm sorry. I know everybody has their standards or their expectations.
That ain't no standard. It's a preference.
I can't. When I look at my homegirls, they be like, "My man ain't never did that to me." What?
But you know what?
If he don't want to do it, I don't want. And it's not like they're not into it; they are. But let me tell you, also,
I know that's right. I know that's right. Because catch them when they sleep. Catch them when they ass is sleep in the fucking bed. I know that's right.
I also know women whose men didn't do it to them, and guess what the women did?
What?
They got it elsewhere.
Well, yeah, I can see that. Especially if it's a deal breaker for you, I can see that.
And instead of me getting it elsewhere and stepping outside the relationship, that's what I'm saying. That when it comes to settling and
learn how to do it. Don't be spitting on it and shit. There's a way to do it. Fuck all that. Here's the thing though. Here's the thing, deal breaker. I mean, the
hood table.
Hey, TC's mind is focused right now. Let's go.
I said deal breaker. I'm sorry, but that's a good troll name. Let me just say this. You know, some people just don't know how to do that shit. And I mean, let's just keep my fucking 100 and a goddamn buck, yo. Okay, you don't fucking know how to do it and say you don't know how to do it, yo.
How can I get people to tell me that? Like you just haven't had the right one.
Do it. You better fucking learn. You get down there and gummy that shit the fuck up. You hear me? I don't give a fuck. Fucking tell me you can't do something.
Look, TC. I'm gonna say this though. Considering your relationships, I guess that would be a deal breaker, right?
No, because that's not all we do. See, that's the thing about it. That's the thing about the creativity.
I know that's not all they do, but I mean, like that would seem like it would be an important part.
It should be important. It should be important to every woman to get her clit sucked and her lobby lips sucked and all that. It should
you
be
know
because
what?
that's part of it's part of all kind of stuff that happens in terms of the sexuality and the sensuality and all kind of things happening in your body and an orgasm. If you ain't you gotta have an orgasm. That's how you have it.
You look to
And I
each
You
their
know
could be in a
what?
own.
motherfucking
See,
car.
To each
And
their
see,
own.
shit.
see. I'm with you all the way. And I
Okay.
like the men's, you like the girls', and I like the men's. But I'm with
Right.
you all the way. I cannot fuck with nobody. And that's why I say, if that don't really make a difference to you,
TC
they
was
should
popping
still
it.
know that ahead of time. You
Yeah,
should know what somebody likes, what somebody don't like ahead of time.
yeah.
Somebody should be able to say to you, I want to tap that ass. And you be like, oh, back there? No, you should know what that means
Mm,
already.
mm,
What was the conversation from the video? Tear that
mm.
ass up. I'm like,
Table,
Yeah,
who
put
that
that
ass.
drink down, man.
who
This
don't
shit
know
too
what
much.
tear that ass up mean? I was just like, wait a minute.
When a
Y'all
nigga
got
tell
to
me he
wild
want
and
to
like,
tear
wait,
my
y'all.
ass up,
Shout
I'm
out to
like,
y'all. Shout
that
out to y'all.
Somebody who ain't never had that tear that ass up, they
And
never had it,
that's
motherfucker.
exactly what I said. I was like, who don't
okay,
know
let
what
me
that
get
means?
information. Let me get information.
Get
Let me
information, damn it.
let me
Even I
get
know what that is.
information because I'm gonna hype that bad boy up and let you get all up in that motherfucker. I see you, baby. I see you.
You said information?
Yes,
Yes.
information.
Information.
Dog.
Like Beyonce, information. I'm getting.
So you can get all up in that though?
Yeah, it's ready for you.
Ooh.
Girl, that's why I was like, when I was listening to the thing, what that mean? I was like, what that mean?
Said it's ready for
Oh,
you
you want to
though.
be on these topics with us, Jay Wilson?
This
Hey,
is
what's up?
wild.
What, the pastor gonna come through and give us
Some grown folks shit tonight,
well,
Jay.
No, I just got back from
Yeah.
that Spurs Magic game, and at the
Oh, I saw
game,
you post that. Yeah, I saw you post that.
yeah, somebody said Beasley died. Then somebody said
What?
Yusuf
Oh
got out of
man, that
jail.
fucked me up, man.
who did? Yusuf
Yeah.
did too?
They
Hold
said no,
up.
no.
Hold up.
They said Yusuf is out of jail,
Oh, okay. You know how it
I
go
heard
now.
you say
I've
that.
been
And I
took
went
that
to
and
look
ran
at it.
with it. Like
and
Yusuf did.
then they said Beasley had passed away. So somebody was hitting me up at the game. Go Spurs! Spurs did win over Orlando Magic, but dang, all of this stuff was happening while I was at the game.
Well, I saw somebody posted, I think it was you, who said Yusuf. So I went and looked at it. I went to his page and everything to see if he made a post. I didn't see anything, but that don't mean nothing. But are you sure? Is that real true that Beasley?
Somebody said that they went to the site and that he's been released. I'm gonna go and check because
Because you know they had that room around
it's
him
Bibb,
before.
it's Bibb County, so I'll check. But I was just making sure because I'm just getting home now, so I couldn't check it while I was driving. You know, I was gonna check it at the basketball game, but yeah, they said he was out, and then they said Beasley is dead. Has that been confirmed?
That's
Well,
what I'm trying to
I
find
was
out.
on
Like, is that
I
true?
heard that too. I heard
I
that
was
today.
on Sir
Too.
King
You
Live
heard it
earlier.
too?
I
Oh,
saw
I
I
heard
saw
it
it on
already.
Sir King Live earlier today. And he was asking, like, are y'all sure? Because he was like, well, if it's true, rest in peace. But
I haven't seen him in a month of Sundays.
Yeah.
shit, they had out that he had died one other time too, though. Remember
See,
That's
that?
what
last
somebody
time
was
I saw
telling me.
Beasley, he cussed me out on Rig's panel.
Oh
Cussed
yeah.
me through the fuck out. Yeah, that was the last
Hmm.
time.
Yeah, I
How
remember
long
that.
was that? It
I
was like
remember
a couple-
that.
Yeah, it's been almost like 4 months.
It's been
or
a
so.
while, like 4 months or so. It's
Okay.
been a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard somebody was talking about some gums and stuff.
But I mean, regardless of the situation, I don't wish death. I'm not one of those people who wish death on you, your family,
No.
your people. So, regardless of the situation, if that is true, rest in peace to him and my condolences to his family.
Yeah, that's the same thing because I've not had a really nice interaction with Beasley. But again, I mean, I don't take it seriously, and I just said
Right.
rest in peace and my condolences. And now they said Lemon had a nervous breakdown because of it.
Because of Beasley?
Really?
Really?
I'm like,
Were they close?
that's what I'm trying to say. I'm like, Did he walk your dogs? Did
Or
y'all go eat on
maybe death
Saturday?
itself triggers something with him. I don't know, because
Maybe he might go see Beasley soon if he don't stop this drinking. I don't
I was
know.
just about to say they did have something in common, but
so Beasley was a drinker.
I don't know
No.
that, but I'm just saying with Lemon. So I'm not saying that Beasley was. I'm not too sure about that.
yeah, he was always on there drunk. Come on, man.
There's a lot of stuff going
I
on.
never knew that. I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
But I don't want to talk ill of the dead.
No, I'm just saying I didn't know that he did. I just knew that Lemon does, and so I got a lot to catch up on. They say it's a lot that's been going on in these
It's a lot.
substitutes.
It's a lot. But you said you was in the chat and you heard what? You heard her say what?
Gums.
Somebody was talking about some
Jay
gum.
wants it. Okay, so listen, Jay. So tonight we're discussing self-esteem, and also we were discussing settling, right? Which can be two incredible dynamics in a relationship, right? But where I was we were talking about giving and receiving, and how I feel like before you even get to the bedroom or that first real touch, you should already know what somebody likes, don't like, things like that, right? Because when you're talking and flirting and all this, on the phone, in person, you get to talking about stuff like that, right? Eventually. And then when it's time to get down to the get down, you should know what somebody likes, right? So I was telling people that I don't date guys who don't like to go downtown. And because a lot of guys who, there are some guys who don't like to go downtown, but they want somebody to do it to them. So I always make it very clear before we even get to that point, nigga, you gotta go downtown. That's the way to my, you know what I'm saying?
That's interesting.
But TC agrees with me. But Mel, she's one of those women who be like, I don't really like that, so it don't really matter. So that's what we were discussing. Like,
Well, but I think that's important because it's what you like
Right.
and what other people like. Because a lot of Black people, not all, but a lot of Black people have been very conservative in that area and conservative in a whole lot of areas. So I don't know. Some people do, some people don't. I think it's up to the person. Wow, that's deep. That's deep.
But you know what? For me,
and it depends on how you clean.
For me,
I'm not
it's
saying you
not
ain't
so
clean.
much.
oh, you definitely gotta be clean.
You got that right. Now, if you ain't
You
clean,
the balls to the walls. You better be clean.
you got dust mites all over the
On
place.
both
That ain't
parts.
happening.
Both parts.
Negative.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, when it comes to that, I'm for me, it's not about being conservative. It's just that there's other stuff that you could do that I like better. So let's skip that part.
Well,
And then
that's
the
good.
other thing is like, and this is a personal thing, I have control issues, and like usually with that,
That's
kind
the part that I love. Out of control.
No. I'm very much like.
Hold on. I want to hear what she was gonna say. What was you gonna say, Mel?
I was like, I'm
You
very
got
much.
control issues. So if what?
When you're doing something like that, there's a lack of control there, and I'm just not the type of person that's gonna let nobody have the upper
now
hand.
we getting somewhere. Now we getting somewhere.
You scared you're gonna be screaming and they gonna
Now
make you
we
holler
getting
and do some
somewhere.
things.
That's just my personality.
She don't want to get to shaking and all kind of shit, eyes rolling and
yeah. Now I feel like if it was that great, then I probably would do it either way. But I mean, I'm like, I don't feel like going through all this.
But how you gonna lose control? How do you lose control?
How?
I mean, if that person is doing that to you, how do you think you're gonna lose control? How do you?
Because you can't control your reaction.
You're not
but you can't control your reaction when you get.
Mel, you're supposed to let that shit go, Mel. That's what you're supposed to do.
Like I said, it's a personal thing. Like I said, it's a personal thing for me.
Getting it stuck in you, but if getting it stuck in you, you can also have a great. You can it feels good too.
Yeah,
so
that's
what's
why
difference?
Let's skip that other part. That's why I'm saying let's skip that other part because I really would rather do the other part.
No, you don't lose control with the dick.
No. That's not what you said. No. You double talking and wrapping up. No.
Either or, if he
TC, you ain't letting her walk it down, huh?
If he
No,
hitting that spot right, I can lose control with the D too.
no, I don't lose control with that.
See, that's the thing, and I think that's what it is because
I
you
run
scared that
that.
leg gonna shake and you're gonna be hollering and
That nigga
doing
had
all
me
kind of
so
stuff,
damn
and you don't
nigga.
want that because you don't want nobody to be talking about like, yeah, I
Absolutely.
heard that I had a screaming, I had a
Look,
screaming in that house.
I said there were two parts to it. The first part is there are other areas of the session that I prefer more, and the other part is the control thing. So
I
you're
think the
right
control is
on
the
both
biggest
of them.
thing.
You're right on both of them.
I like to
Control.
And
let
I'm listening to your voice now and look
control.
like you can hit a high soprano too. I can.
Yeah,
I like to
yeah,
control.
yeah,
I like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
to lose
But
control.
okay, here's the thing though. If I could do all of that from the other part, so I'm not too worried about that because from the other part that can happen too. But it's just like just get straight to that part.
You
No,
want
wait.
him to. You want him.
But first of all,
It does.
understanding a woman that we can have multiple types of sex. I mean, orgasms, because different in different ways, and so that's just one orgasm. Then you go to that other part and you have another
Absolutely.
orgasm. Some people like their
Absolutely.
titties to be
TC.
sucked, and some people their titties to be
You
sucked.
feel me?
Come on, man.
So
Let's get you a
can
couple of them
orgasms
in. You know
all
what I'm
kind
talking
of
about? Let's
ways.
get you a couple of them in.
Look, I just have my
3
preferences.
begin 4 5 a night.
You know, but you know what? I think it's that control thing, and I think that's really
That's
funny
a
because
that's a
I'm
big
sure.
part of it.
Hey,
That's a
Miss
big
B.
part of it.
So how do you
Hey,
feel
that's
if his
right, Miss
eyes is
B.
rolling back in his head? Do you
Just
feel
lose
like you
control. Let
controlling
it
that?
flow, girl. Let it flow. Let it flow.
Hell
I
yeah, let
let
that
it
shit
flow
flow.
I let it flow during the beat down. Why
Let
do
it
I
Mhm.
need to do that other part?
So do you tell him what to do?
No.
Okay,
no.
that's interesting. I just wanted to make sure.
It's not
I'm going to the
control.
restroom on
What
that note.
it is
Look, I
what
don't have to tell him what to do. He know what to do.
Okay, you just don't want to look like you
that's
done
not
had a
true. But that's not
situation.
true.
Huh? What was it?
Men don't always know what to do.
Well, I'm just saying, if it's somebody that's my partner, yeah, they know what to do. You know what I'm saying? Long term.
It's interesting.
Okay.
That
So
control piece was very interesting to me.
Yes, I tell people all
Gary,
the time, I'm
are
not
you
a
are you are you a
control.
church going? Are you church going?
You mean do I go to church?
'Cause
I have
church going.
a spiritual relationship with the Lord, but no, I don't go to church.
Okay.
But yeah, my personality is a control. I don't like to control everybody. I just control what happens to me. I'm very
But why don't you want to experience the whole kit and caboodle as opposed to just the caboodle? Pardon the pun.
but I have, but like it's just like it's not like I said, it's not a deal breaker for me. I
Okay.
don't have
I
to.
got a question for you. Have you ever been hoarse after
Okay.
sex that you done yelled that your throat sore and raw? Have you ever yelled or screamed?
I'm not that type. I ain't gonna do all of that.
Well, see, I think if you let that person do that, you may.
Now I'm not saying I'm silent, but I ain't never been. No, I'm not gonna be hoarse.
Oh, okay.
I mean, look,
So Mel, did I get it right when you were talking earlier and you said though when it comes to the man you don't mind giving though, right? Did you say that?
yeah, I don't mind. I enjoyed it.
You said you enjoyed it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, absolutely. So what if you got a man that enjoys doing that to a woman though?
I mean, I would
You
love it.
you gonna take that right from me?
I've let them do it before, but I'm just like after about.
So you gonna go ahead and just lose that control and just, you know what I'm saying, let her flow?
Look,
But
after about
she seems like she don't like it though. It seems like that's a part of it too.
after about 3 minutes, I'm like, okay, that's enough. You know, I'm done with it.
So you don't enjoy it is what you're saying though. It ain't really about how you may lose control and probably have
and
a fantastic orgasm, but you just really don't like
I
it.
just prefer the other thing more.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
You know, it's like if you know what you like, why would you? I'm not gonna do anything that's not what I
Hold up, slow up, roll up, hold up.
Damn.
I heard y'all all the way down the house. Okay. 3 minutes? Okay, let me tell you, I don't think you found the right one.
I hear that a lot. I hear that a lot.
I'm gonna keep it all the way.
But
I don't think you found the right one. 3 minutes.
But look. That's just like you telling me you like you like kissing. I don't like kissing. I'm not going.
I'm just saying you might not like kissing because the right person haven't done it right. You might not like getting head because the right person might not have done it right. Because if they do it right, you 3 minutes, you're gonna be like, oh nigga.
But you know what?
Nowhere. You keep that shit right there, nigga. Don't you move.
No.
Do they have sharp teeth? That may be some. Depends on how their teeth be looking.
Let me say, I'm gonna say this. I've had some good experiences with oral, and I've had some amateur experiences. But either way, I'm just like, we ain't even got to do all that.
Yeah.
Okay, but you know, it may be a preference, and that's understandable.
That's all it is. That's all
some
it is.
people like it, some people don't. Gotcha.
And you know what's funny though? When if I say that to a person that we hadn't done it yet, and I go ahead and tell them, look, I ain't really into that. Oh, now they on a mission. They gonna make me do it. You just ain't had the right one. But I'm like, let's skip all that. Let's just skip all that.
Riggs, when I was down the hall, I heard Riggs say, I was trying to run my ass back to this damn computer. Riggs said, so if a man really enjoys doing that, and I have met men who really, I have
met some that really love it.
I couldn't quite hear because I was running. I couldn't quite hear what your response was when you said, would you take that away from him? What did you say?
That's when I was saying, I let him just about 2 or 3 minutes and then let's move on.
Okay, so that's what your answer. Okay, all I heard him and I say 3 minutes. I'm like, what? Okay,
yeah.
Okay, I got you.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm one of them people. Well, no, I ain't gonna say all that.
Don't say too much now.
Yeah, I ain't gonna say all that.
Because everything I be wanting to say on here, but I gotta remember where the fuck
I'm. Yeah, that's why I like. Let me pump the brakes. Because like I said, I'm a very open person.
People be asking me questions. I be like, I plead the fifth. I plead the fifth.
But yeah, it's just this is just a preference. I ain't real big on it. Because like I was
cool if that's your preference. It really is. We just fucking with you though, but
because you know what? I dated a guy that
as long as you want to, that's my preference. Shit.
I dated this guy when I was living in South Carolina and he didn't want no head.
Maybe he had a bad experience.
That was my first time ever running across it.
Maybe he had a bad experience.
Yeah, somebody must have been very teethy
somebody tried to take his whole head off, literally.
But yeah, I was like, okay. I mean, my feelings weren't hurt. Some less.
You probably wanted to get to the good down. Nobody ain't trying to get to the good down.
Yeah, I be trying to go straight to it.
I don't know. That's normal part of foreplay for me. I like it. I enjoy it, and I also like to give. So I definitely, and that's where TC, when she was saying earlier, I feel like there are certain things, the Bible mentioned, like TC said, unequally yoked. There are certain things that are not in the religious standpoint that I still feel like you should be, equally yoked. Like I said, I think that you should know what he wants, what he likes, what he don't like. You should have that right, because you don't want to get to that moment and then he'd be like, what? You don't suck dick? Oh, well, fuck it. It's a wrap. And y'all been together all these, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I do feel like, eventually, not right away. You ain't gonna say it on the first, second, or third date, but eventually you get to that point where you flirt and you talk and you on the phone, nigga talking about he wanna, tap that ass. And okay, baby, how you want to tap it? Let me tell you how I want it tapped. Well,
usually we didn't have that discussion before we even make it different.
Oh my.
So you tell them way ahead of hand, don't go down on me. How do you do it? How do you say it? Like, I don't like that.
How I'm talking to y'all right now? That's how I talk to them.
I don't need all that. I don't want all that. Just bypass all that shit and put the dick in. That's it.
Yeah, like, look, we can skip that part. So
foreplay has never got to that. Like, I just can't imagine.
I'm not saying I don't. I'm not saying I don't do it. I'm just saying if I had my druthers, my preference would be to skip it.
Girl, I look forward to that shit all the time.
So let me ask you a question. Are there any other places So okay, no, I'm not gonna ask
Oh,
you.
Lord.
I'm gonna tell you. Like, I like my ears. I like my ears. I love kissing on the earlobe. I love, there's certain things, the neck. And so here's the thing, like a whole weekend of just going wild, whatever. It's like there's a lot of different things that happen, and it's a sensual thing. It's like, you're looking in each other's eyes, you're eating, you're feeding each other, you're talking, you're having great conversation, walk in the park, maybe a ride in the park, depending on where you are, horseback riding, depending on where you are, getting in the steam room somewhere, so talking and touching and just all of that stuff, even before you get to the intimate part. There's all these other things that occur before then. Is that something
Look,
that like you
I,
partake?
I don't. I'm 51 years old. I done partook in a lot of things, and I'm very open minded. But it's just like I said, I don't like swapping spit, and
Oh my.
we can. And if you really just insist on going down, you can do that. But I would prefer to skip it. And everything else. And I ain't sucking
Let
on
me
no
ask you a
toes or
question.
none of that.
If no toes. Okay, wow, no
Yeah,
toes.
I'm not finna put your foot in my mouth.
Let me tell you something.
Oh,
I'll go to the bathroom with you, and we look. I've been in places and
scrub
people
them shits up. Scrub them double dub.
girl,
Nah.
good. No,
But it's decent purpose. I know guys.
Hey, room shaker, it's getting
know
really
guys
explicit
don't
over here.
know.
You know what I'm saying?
dig
I'm
it.
just
You know what I'm
Room
saying.
saying?
shaker, baby. I know guys who like
Because I've heard room shaker's stance on certain things too, though. It kind of blew my mind.
Mm-hmm.
But that was her stance when it comes to that
Right.
type of situation too. Kind of like what Melissa was saying, but just on the other end.
Yeah. Like
But
the
it could be on both ends too, though. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, like the sucking of the toes. I know guys who love it.
Well, that's
I know
out.
guys who
That's
don't.
out. That's you're not
there's
putting your
guys who
feet
don't.
nowhere near my face or
Right.
none of that.
Right.
And there's guys who don't, and there's guys who like. And when it comes to male, there's people who don't like it, and there's people who like. So it is a preference.
It's a little explicit, Miss Piggy. You know what I mean? It ain't too crazy, but
yeah,
I was actually gonna go a little bit harder because Hood Table done said some things in the past, but I wasn't gonna bring it up
So
because
have you ever
TC
been
was
to
on
the
the panel
restaurant?
too. But go ahead.
You ain't
It
gonna
looked
bring
like
up what? Hold up, so you ain't gonna bring up.
you want me to bring it up?
What?
So you're giving me permission.
I want to ask you a question.
Okay, go ahead, TC.
We all grown.
She might
ain't we?
forget.
No, I want to ask
she might
Big
forget.
Rig.
Go ahead,
I want to ask
TC.
Big Rig a question. Have you ever been over a friend's house to eat? No. Have you ever been like in the car and just handle the business there?
I
haven't had like a full-fledged like fucking or nothing. But like driving and shit like that, absolutely. Had some definitely good play. Definitely.
Now, have you done the play to
absolutely like driving, I like putting my hands on the leg and shit.
I know
And
that's
sometimes,
correct.
I get to venturing the fuck off. And like what I was
Yeah.
gonna say though is even with the when you was bringing up about the neck and the ears, those are all zones right there. Those are like my go-tos. And then also, the nipple play, I could have you fucking go through so many motherfucking situations just by, the way I'm touching on your nipples, you know what I mean? And like when certain things and do it right, you know what I'm saying? The type of reaction you'll get will be a motherfucker.
Erogenous zones.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Oh,
and then the thing is gonna send the right type of communication downstairs, you feel me, to have that flower down there ready to bloom, you feel me, the thing gonna be soaking wet. Like I'm really into I'm into noises and everything, TC, when it comes to like sexual play. So like right. I'm big on when I say I like to hear that thing talking all kind of shit. Like that shit makes it turns me on, you know what I'm saying? And I know she going through it because, you know, that shit, you know, is leaking like a faucet, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And usually, you know, what comes with that is, you know, when you do some good oral, you know what I mean? You gonna send her through a motherfucking, you gonna send her through a movie.
Right.
So, you know, that's why even when, you know, the hood table was saying it, you know, like kind of the experiences I done had when it came to that, you know, that's what it's been, you know what I mean? And like I said, it probably ain't for everybody, like what you know, Mel is saying. But but what you said, TC, was pretty hard, because you was like, well, shit, you can go ahead and get you a nice orgasm with that, and then go ahead, if you're gonna do the pound town, you know, whatever, get you another one.
Right.
Why not? Why not get as many as possible?
Words. When I'm in the restaurant, I'm getting you. Motherfuckers, like,
What you hollering for, Miss Piggy? What you hollering for?
I'll be like,
child, I'm trying to get as many.
Shoot.
Motherfucker.
Right, you know what I'm saying? Send you through the whole motions, man. Like
right.
when, if you gonna give your body up, right? Like if you give your body to somebody, man, I think it's supposed to be as pleasurable as possible, man. Like me, like if you get that opportunity, you want to put the best and dopest experience you can with that person. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like you trying to like, oh man, I want her to spend her last dime on me. Nah, it's just you. It depends on how you are with sex. Like I love fucking sex, man. Like I'm not gonna deny that shit, everything about it. You know what I mean? So like when it comes to that, I'm not a hoe. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna just be out there trying to fuck everything, because there's diseases and all kind of shit. But when you rocking with somebody, man, and y'all on the same page and shit like that, man, you supposed to go through every motion possible when it comes to doing that thing. You feel me? Like, you know, especially if y'all like overnight and everything. Like, man, we ain't just fucking once. You know what I'm saying? We finna, nigga, all night we finna probably be fucking around, and then in the morning, you know what I'm saying, you finna get that nice one. Oh my god, you finna get that rock.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
Lord.
So it's, man, I'm on mute, man.
See, I'm very this is my favorite subject, so these are the type of conversations I have all the time. I like them.
Oh yeah, because I got something to ask the ladies.
What you got?
And it's getting late too. The table you rocking out. I just want you to know, because I know you be, you know, having to get up kind of early and shit. So
I got a 12-hour shift, but I'm
just giving you a heads up.
Let me just ask this, because I had a conversation with a friend the other day. You know, you can talk to your good friends, your sisters, you know, any kind of way, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's about sex and relationship and men. So I had this conversation the other day. How do you feel about your sleep? Most women sleep like naked. You sleep naked. Your man come home from work or out from the club or whatever, and he wakes you up from getting up inside them guts. How do y'all feel about that?
I love it.
Okay. Because I know some people will be like, and I know it can be viewed as two different ways. Like some might be like, well, he just woke you up with no permission. He just, girl, I love that shit. I
permission?
Don't you wake me up?
Right. People will have different views on that. And I'm glad you said that. Absolutely, they will, Mel.
While you
but I'm into that. You know what I'm saying? Like I wouldn't mind waking you up on some shit like that. And but I don't want you to think I'm a dirtbag or I'm a fucking, you know what I mean? Like some people, you just, but if you know your partner, it's different. But when you voice it like how we voicing it and shit, people can listen to that and be like, what the fuck? Like, you guys is predators. How the fuck you gonna be trying to touch somebody in the motherfucking, you know, and they sleep and whatnot?
I'm about to say, what's the bad side? What's the bad version?
Because some people would look at it as the politically.
Miss Piggy says she pretend like she sleep.
Come on now.
You know what, Miss Piggy? You all right, man. You know, I like fun people. You know what I'm saying? The motherfuckers with a personality. God, dog.
No, if I come in and
she said, I'm gonna pretend sleep on your.
Some people don't want to be. I'm serious.
They don't want to be woke up or something.
They don't want. They want to be woke. They want to be, You know what I'm saying? And then some people like me and Miss Piggy, I hear that motherfucking key alarm, the alarm off. I'm pretending like I'm asleep. Then slowly, I'm like,
Get to rubbing on that, soft ass and shit. Hey,
what you doing? What you
doing? I'm gonna be
and,
waiting.
and that's the turn on too. You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah, that's the turn on. Like, what you doing? What? Hold on. Hold on, you ain't gotta go to work just yet.
Down there, I feel like a little tongue. I feel it tickling, and I'm like, oh, am I dreaming? No, this ain't dreaming. This ain't Christopher. Whatever that motherfucker name was. Don't wake me, motherfucker.
Chris. Oh, I know. Okay, you talking about the singer?
Okay.
Yeah, Christopher Williams, I think, or some shit. Yeah, hell yeah. He was in New Jack City, right?
Yep.
New Jack to the motherfucking city. Okay.
Well, I just never thought. I never thought of that as being a bad thing. But then, like, I have a very high drive. So, like, because the running joke. I was telling my friends before me and my husband got married. I went to spend some time with him, right? And this was our first like spending the weekend together type thing. And this nigga had to tell me after about a few rounds, he was like, and he's, he not from here. So he was telling me, I am not a machine. And I said, you're not a what? He was like, a machine. He's talking about a machine. I'm like, what?
No, fuck that shit. You know what, Mel? You just said something right there.
What is?
When you said, because I didn't mention this before. I'm very my sex drive is like way up there, right? So part of that pleasure that I receive is the going downtown. That's part of my sex drive. Like I love to be stimulated in so many different ways. I know some people don't prefer it, but that's part of my sex drive. My is to be stimulated in so many different ways. And how many times could you get me off? How many times could I get you off? Like, it's not like a game, okay? It's like, shit, get that work, nigga.
Hey, you better leave that Drake alone. Hey.
I'm not even on one.
She said you better get that work, nigga. I'm just saying, all right.
Now, man, you already know I like to have these conversations, and we don't get to have them too much. So,
right.
Hey, Mel, she hanging in there though. You feel me, Mel? I ain't mad at Mel. I already know what TC do, so TC can't blow my mind at all. TC gonna go hard, but Mel, she hanging in there though.
This is my wheelhouse right here. This is my favorite subject, so yeah, I'm always gonna be down for this conversation.
That's right.
That's the whole reason why I created the grown folks group that I created. When I talk about, when my family was on here, we were talking about our grown folks group. That was the whole reason why I created that group. Was because we could talk about any and everything, like anything that relates to sex and relationships and children and life, because a lot of people are too shy to have these conversations.
Absolutely.
It's okay to talk about sex, maybe not in the 60s and 50s, and you know what I'm saying, but it's okay. And it's okay to tell somebody what the fuck you want and what you don't want.
Yep. You got to be vocal.
You gotta be vocal.
And let me just say this, and let me just tell you, because women that don't have their menstrual cycles, because I don't. Let me tell you something. These young girls be saying, you don't have your menstrual cycle. Good, because let me tell you, being able to have sex all the time is amazing.
Girl.
And let me tell you something. It's a beautiful thing. First of all, you join the white. We call it the White Pants Club. You can wear white anytime you want. Okay. And now the other thing, you can go on vacation whenever you want. You can have sex whenever you want. It's the whenever you want club. You see what I'm saying? Absolutely, we could do whatever. And I don't even like underwear, but listen, we do it. Go in the summertime, handle your business. Mm-hmm. And women who don't have their menstrual cycles, guess what? We're not gonna get pregnant.
Yeah,
So
I
for y'all
haven't
that do the
had
men,
I haven't had a cycle in 15 years.
you're not
So
gonna get pregnant.
I'm good.
So eh, do your big one. Do your thing. It's a wonderful thing. So I don't know about no dry cooch. I don't know nothing about that. I don't know nothing
God,
about that.
dog.
These
Fuck
people,
is that what a dress? You gotta
I don't
dress
know
shoes.
shit
You
about
need to
that.
go see a doctor.
Hey, that
You
don't
know,
even
I don't know nothing
compute.
about
you need to see a
that,
doctor. But Riggs, it was
it
so
don't
interesting.
even compute, not at all.
I'm
Let
scared
me
to ask
tell you
you.
something. My shit, I could do my shit from here to the motherfucking wall. You hear me?
Mhm.
Let me tell you
That's your
something.
room shaker?
Hey,
Don't
y'all
get it
better chill
goddamn
the fuck
twisted.
out,
Hold on,
man.
let me make sure this room shaker. That's you, baby?
The one
Y'all
and
better
only.
chill
The
the
one and
fuck
only. Okay, let
out.
me just say this real quick, room shaker, and welcome to the panel, my boo.
And let me,
Hey,
but
room
God,
shaker.
We gonna let
Hello.
TC finish her thought, and then I gotta ask Riggs a question. Then we'll
okay,
go to room shaker. Go ahead, T.
I don't know if I want to
and that's
answer
my,
shit.
that's,
I don't know if I want to be asked,
but
but
yeah,
hey,
we just love it that we can do whatever we want for 30 days out of the damn month. That's what's up. 31, 30, 30, whatever.
Mhm.
Or 28, depending on what month it is. So yeah, we can do whatever the fuck we want to do.
Yep.
And don't have to worry about
that's
it.
true. All right.
Not putting money out for all of that other stuff. We ain't spending money. That money that we have, that money is ours. It's money that we can flex on some other stuff. Serious business.
Mm-hmm. Now, what's up, Riggs?
What's up? What's up? What was you going to ask me?
What was you gonna ask me?
Oh, what you had said, right? When I said TC was on the panel and all that.
No, you said you was gonna ask me something about something, but you didn't know if you wanted to ask me. I'm like, what?
Yeah, it wasn't. Well, it was something you had said, right? And we was on the panel, and TC kind of took it wrong, right? Just to see if it'll refresh your memory.
Okay.
TC kind of took it wrong because we was talking about, like, you know, maybe something going across your face or whatnot. And TC said, nah, ain't nobody gonna put their hands or even fucking think about hitting me or putting anything on my face.
Oh, yes, baby, yes. Slap that shit on mama's face. Clap, 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 clap. Hey, son, I'm gonna slap it on my face myself.
Right. So, but TC was like, no, ain't nobody gonna fucking hit me. And I was like, nah, TC, I don't think she meant it like
I'm about to play
that.
with that snake. What you talking about?
What she thought she was talking about being violent or something?
Right. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
TC was like, let me hit you with a baseball bat. Take that, bitch. Take that, bitch.
Right. TC was like, hold on.
No, it ain't none of that.
He's
It's
like,
not-
I love my face and everything. Ain't nobody gonna put their fucking hands on me. What the fuck you think this is?
I'm very highly sexual, and I'm gonna let Room Shaker get in here, but I'm very
Ooh, you know, I was
like-
like, listen
I
to
like
Hood
all-
Table though. She was talking about, man, hey, I ain't mad at you though, man. Have a blast, man.
all
Have
things
fun
sex.
with it.
Where did Room Shaker? Who left? TC? I like all things sex, and I'm gonna put that on the table, and I'm gonna leave it right there when I say I like all things sex. Okay.
Yeah.
Slap it up, flip it up, rub it down.
I like all
see
things
this
sex. I'm
figure.
very sexual, highly affectionate. I love love. I love sex. I love stimulation. I love all that. I mean, I'm very open minded when it comes to, you know, things of that nature. So that's why I'm not shy to talk about it.
Yeah, me neither.
But go ahead. What's up, Room Shaker?
Hello, salute to the panel. I came up here for a couple of reasons. Whoever spoke on that feet stuff, I said the same thing. Why would a man envision his feet in my face? Like, I am very protective of my face. That is not gonna happen, and you shouldn't want it to happen. Like, you kiss my face. I don't care if you
I
wash
ain't never
your feet or
sucked no
not.
nigga toes. I done had them suck, but I ain't never sucked no
Yeah.
niggas.
Right?
That's a hard no.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
And I don't even too much care. Well, you know, if you want to do it, I'll let you do it. But you know, you don't know what my
Hey,
foot been.
Mel's real reasonable. Mel's real
Look,
reasonable.
you know, I be thinking you don't know what my foot been. You gonna do it?
Right.
You can't.
Well, I don't know when
No.
you got here. I don't know when you got here, Room Shaker, but the last three topics we discussed was you can get your opinion, but it was being woken up, with the dick wherever it goes. By a man, of course, not
she said, y'all wildin', bro.
Going downtown. Would you date a man who doesn't go downtown? And what was the other one? What's the other one, Riggs and Mel?
Well, I don't know.
Going downtown. Oh, public affection.
Oh, okay.
Like,
okay.
A display of public. So, what's your thoughts on those 3 D? Getting woke up, public affection, and going downtown. What's your opinion?
Would I date a man that wouldn't go downtown? Absolutely. The last man I was with didn't go downtown, and I didn't want it because I'm one of them that believe don't do nothing to me that I won't do to you.
Okay, kind of like me. Okay.
So you don't give?
No, I don't want it either.
And
that's what I've heard. That's why I said I've heard that from Room Shaker.
Okay. If you don't give either, I get that. Okay. So
she don't fuck around.
Public affection. I love.
Hold on, Room Shaker. Hold on. So you don't suck dick?
No.
Okay. I just want to make sure I understood. Go ahead, baby. Go ahead. Riggs.
Public affection, like the hugging, a kiss, or the hand holding hands. I'm with
grabbing
all
on
that.
your booty, you know.
Right. I'm not into you groping me in public in front of everybody. I just don't feel like we going that far on display.
So no groping. Okay.
Right. Not digging all in my pants or none of that. But I want to try, but it got to be the right person. I got to trust them. Because I want to try them vibrating panties or electric shock panties or whatever they call.
Yeah, you be at a restaurant or something. You let them control it or something.
Yeah. I got to trust them. Like,
and have you leaving that whole fucking seat full of a puddle?
I didn't try that before. It's very nice.
Is that right, Hood Table?
Yes, it's very
nice.
Okay,
so for a person that got a smart mouth, how do you get through with him not just shock you every time you say something you don't like? And then you got to make sure you ain't got no lick in your system, because I just imagine you pissing on yourself.
You have to remain.
Shit.
You have to remain relaxed. You just have to think relaxed. You have to remain relax. Like Monique said, relax.
Remain relaxed.
Relax the muscles in my Monique voice.
And let that shit flow. Miss Piggy, what you doing in the chat?
Y'all ain't gonna do me in the chat.
She got the zipper mouth.
No.
Let it out, Miss Piggy. Let it out, man.
Room Shaker. Try it. Room Shaker. Try it.
Tell us.
Yes. You can you can just do it at your house. He downstairs, you upstairs, you wash the dishes, and all of a sudden you look.
Hell yeah.
Like the Holy Spirit that took over the damn. Girl.
So what was the last one?
Have you breaking down to the flow and shit?
You see public affection going down.
Waking them up.
Waking them
that's
up.
The best
How do you feel about
morning
that?
Sex, if we go to sleep and we done did it, yeah, you're gonna have to recharge me in the morning, because I'm sure 9 times out of 10 we drained each other. So when I wake up, I'm gonna need my boost off to go ahead and get me energized for the day.
Now we talk about before you're woke though.
As long as you know what you're doing.
I'm talking about waking a bitch up. Like, I'm sleeping.
Yeah, as long as you know what you're doing. If you do it, you gotta realize that all that energy we burned the night before I woke up, and then I've been recharged. So I'm not gonna let you drain me, but I'll let you tap into it, and we can get each other aroused to the point where we can put it off to later. Like you said, I gotta have sex.
Off to later.
Yeah,
man, I'm busting. I can't do that. You trying to edge me?
Listen, no. You can get it, but you ain't gonna go as many rounds in a morning.
Oh, okay, yeah, for sure. Right.
Hell
yeah,
for
sure.
You gonna get your nut, and you gonna have to put the rest off to later. Because if y'all
drain,
y'all gonna have a weekend day. Like y'all ain't gonna want to go outside and do nothing.
Hell yeah, you just gonna want to order some breakfast or some bullshit.
You don't want to be slayed in the spirit. I can't move. I just want to order me some takeout, and we just gonna chill the rest of the day. We the woe and toe, okay? Woe and toe.
Let's go.
Miss Piggy getting her life in the chat. You might want to hit the link, Miss Piggy.
And you know what? As a single person, I know a lot of females don't have the same view, because my friends and stuff be like. But my thing is, if you coming over and we done did what we gonna do for the night, I need you to take your ass home so I can go to sleep.
That's not always the case.
But what if it be good and you want him to stay there? So
I want to get it throughout the morning. Like I want it in the Okay,
I
nigga,
just,
it's 5,
I
6 o'clock.
just don't want. It's like I be trying to enjoy the after by
Mel
myself.
said skip it.
Yeah, I be trying to enjoy that afterglow feeling by
After
myself.
party to the after party.
You in the
Okay.
way? Go home.
Oh wow. I
I,
ain't never tried that. I be wanting
See,
you to stay there so when I want it, I can get it in the morning.
it
That's a
all
great
depends
attitude.
too. It all depends too on how long you've been kicking it. Like sometimes in the very beginning, you're like, okay, all right, get your
and
kids. I
then
call
you,
you
you,
back.
you got to keep
You
in
know,
mind too. I don't do relationships.
but after a while,
Okay,
like
so that's why you like that.
months in, that nigga ain't gonna want to leave, and you ain't gonna want to leave his shit. And see, that's why I like a man who has his own place, his own spot, apartment, whatever. And I have my own spot, so sometimes I can spend time with you at your shit. Sometimes you spend time with my shit. I don't like to be always the one that's always catering as far as the spot. You know what I mean? Sometimes I want to leave and pack up my bag and grab my toothpaste and my extra set of panties and go to your shit. You know what I mean?
Hey
I want to
man.
bring my deodorant and my and get ready at your shit and walk out and go to work. You know what I mean? It's yeah.
Okay, so I got another question because I heard something else I was
TC
talking
back.
about the
Go
other
ahead,
day.
baby.
God
You
damn.
said wake up to him playing in any holes on your body, and I'm only
I didn't
acceptable
say
for one
that.
hole. No, somebody said that on the panel. Like you
Any
wake up to
hoes?
any
Sheesh.
hole.
I
Like
didn't say that.
Maybe she told me. Was that when TC was talking?
I didn't hear nobody say that.
Yeah,
yeah, it was a woman up here that said it. Go ahead.
I don't think she used the verbiage any hoe, but I know TC said, every spot.
Right. Well, yeah, I'm not
And
with the anal.
TC gay, so I don't think they even do
Oh,
that.
okay. Because I was just about to say I'm not with anal at all.
And
And
see, I
I'm not
don't
with
have
the
no problem
throat
with
or
anal.
the mouth. So yeah.
Oh, shit,
Mel,
let me go
Mel
mute.
popping it.
Let me go.
Mel
Yeah,
popping
the hood table. Wait, hold up.
it.
Let me tell you something. Most of my heterosexual girlfriends, they don't have no problem with anal. So, and then I was saying in context of the holes, I said two different things. I was talking about like foreplay and like your earlobe, your ears,
Right, right.
sucking and things of that nature. I was talking about the whole entire journey
The whole body.
before you get to the intimate in the bed or wherever it is that you're gonna perform the wafty wop part. So I was talking about having breakfast, looking at each other's eyes, licking on each other's lips, feeding each other. It was a whole entire Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday type Joe.
Okay.
And I said all the holes, like some people like their armpits. I mean, let me be honest with you. Some people like their armpits
On the
kissed
back of their
on
knee, back of their knees.
and
What
back
you
to
say?
their
Mm,
knees. You hell
but
motherfucking
that's
right.
but that's a
Plus
zone though.
the
Back of the knee is a
erogenous, and
zone.
then we were
Yeah.
talking
Okay.
about erogenous zones. And there are a plethora of erogenous zones
Mm-hmm.
that even most human beings haven't even gotten that far because motherfuckers work. They got hang-ups. They got to do this. They got to do that. And that got children. The kids come in, 3 and 4 year olds don't knock. So motherfuckers, you got to worry about that. All that kind of shit. So, by the time you get to it, you're a little older and you might be able to, indulge in these types of wonderful, entirely wonderful activity 30 days out of the year without having to worry about a menstrual cycle and all that bullshit, and things of that nature. You can fuck all you want. Shit.
And you know
Right.
what? As far as the spending the night, there's been plenty of times. I told y'all stories how my boys never knew I was even. They would be like, "Mom, when you gonna find a man? When you go?" I mean, they never knew what I was doing. Like they really didn't. And a lot of times I be doing my thing, and like you said, like spending the night stuff like that. Sometimes you want them to stay up in that shit too. Sometimes, like, oh God. And then like early in the morning, okay, you gotta go. It's almost 5, 6, 7 time for me to get up and get everything going in my household. You got to get the fuck out of here. And then sometimes you like, okay, it just depends on the relationship, how long you've been together, if you first
Right.
met, if it's the first encounter in the bedroom after, talking for a while, and if you want to spend a night. But if you get that if you get that connection, you ain't gonna want them to go home. You go like, man, damn. But also, if you have children, like I don't want you, like I don't want nobody meet my children unless I know it's definitely like for the long run. So like,
Yeah.
you gotta get our fucking hair out same minute. But Mel, as far as you said, as far as Mel was saying, when I say I like all sex.
Check all the boxes.
I see you, Mel. I see you, sister.
Yeah.
See you.
So
Yeah,
how
I
do y'all
mean,
feel about men thinking this is oof. I don't know what to call it, but they get a thrill out of titty fucking women, and that's disgusting. What are you
what's wrong
getting
with
out of that?
that?
No, that's not. It's not that
Really?
bad. Especially she got some nice ass tits though. I
Yeah, I
mean,
was finna say that's a I love it.
especially the
Like
nipple
it,
though. I
but
like
it's
the
not
nipple.
like my preference. But I mean, it's okay. But it's
Why would you think it's nasty though, Room Shake? I mean, if I ain't busting or nothing like that, and it's all up in your neck and face, I mean, but
Miss Pig? Hold up, Riggs. Could you please talk to Miss Piggy?
What she say?
what she say?
He said if I hit the link,
I don't believe it. Yeah, you know, she Miss Piggy Wolf, and I don't. She ain't that explicit. Miss
But I'm
Piggy may
like, where
say
we at right now?
she may say something. Exactly. That's
Aren't
what I
we
mean. Like
already
she
explicit?
may say something, but
Yeah, we
I
passed
don't know.
explicit a
You
while
can't
back.
get no
Yeah,
further past what we already
we
discussed.
damn near porn. You know,
We
like
done
We passed go. We passed go and collected $200
I
a long
just said
time
about
ago.
busting on a neck and shit, and it's
Tell
respectfully.
her to tell
It
Miss
ain't nothing
Piggy
to
to
room
come
shake
on.
or nothing like that.
Tell
But it's
Miss
just
Piggy.
the
Tell
conversation.
Miss.
You know what I mean? Like we
Tell
I
Miss
think
Piggy
we
to come
on
on.
right now.
I
Come on,
think
Miss Piggy. Hit the link. Come
a
on, Miss
lot of
Piggy.
people tell me I'm green, and I'm okay with being green when it comes to certain things. Because
Yeah, everybody got their preference. That's
I
fine.
have always dated older, and they, like I say, they introduced me to a more sentiment background of it, like the whining, the dining, the coating, the candlelight meals, the relaxing, massaging of the
I
body
love
when
to
you
be
were
courted.
tense or sore. So stuff like that, and all the new stuff that I speak to other people about was like, girl, that's boring sex. And I'm like, I enjoyed it. Like, I didn't have to worry about him slapping me, leaving no bruises, because now people's into BMS or
Right.
whatever you call it. And they was
Yeah, I
like,
done did that too.
or that speed
right. So
fucking.
I'm like, damn, I don't want to be throwing bruised
You
stuff.
know what?
Table.
You
I
know
don't even
what?
want to
Let me
be
shut up.
choked.
I'm on mute.
Get off mute. We having a girl talk.
You know
Wait
what?
a minute.
That's the thing
Shit,
about
let
me.
me go on mute and give me a dab in.
I don't judge people based on what they like to do and don't like to do. I wouldn't call you green.
Absolutely.
That's your preference.
Yeah,
But
that's a
then,
fact.
yeah. So I don't think I wouldn't say if it's not boring to you, who cares?
Right, because
I
And
know
that's
one.
what
I
the
know one thing.
girls do. Like,
If somebody
Get
hit
in
me,
there,
I'm hitting them
TC.
the fuck back. Fuck all
but
that.
see,
Get in there,
I'm
listen,
hitting
TC.
them back.
we're not saying
Get
I
in
ain't
there,
into
like
abuse.
TC.
Tyson. Like, we ain't
I'm
trying
not
to say
into
look
abuse.
like
Fuck all
Tyson you
that.
with the dick. He ain't gonna like Tyson you with the dick. We talking about just a plop, plop, plop. A little nap, nap, nap. A little, you know what I'm saying?
well, you know, some women like that
I'm usually like popping that things around. Like it's part of foreplay. But I get it. Everybody likes their, there's no judgment. I promise
Right.
you. We are all grown, very grown. Okay, there's
But you
I'm
know what?
fine.
most of us is approaching
fine.
40 or 50 or beyond. So we are all grown. So no judgment. You like what you like. You don't like what you don't like.
Exactly.
Me, I have a
How
very
many
high
of y'all
sex
have
drive.
had y'all
I like
face
to be.
paintball?
I like to be overly stimulated, and like I said, I don't have no. The only thing
Overly stimulated.
the only thing
Ooh-wee.
that I won't do is
Shit.
the BDS punishment shit, the beatings and the
Yeah,
hitting.
BDSM.
Choking,
Right.
choking.
Well, you know what? I will say
Everything
this.
else, I'm good. Everything else, I'm good.
Putting clothes clips on your nipples and shit.
I mean, no, none of that was. No, I had a nigga. Let me tell y'all
God,
something.
dog.
Let me keep it all funky, right? I had a nigga when I was younger, and he was older than me. He tried to do the fisting.
God damn.
I didn't know
What
what fisting was, right?
God.
So when he went in with one finger, he went in with two fingers.
Hey, he was trying to open that thing up.
When he got to that fifth finger, I said, "Nigga, what the fuck you doing?" He up there trying to I'm like, "What is you doing?" He said, "Oh," and that was the first time I had never heard that terminology before. And I was like, "What the fuck is you doing? That shit hurts. Get the fuck out of me!" Like,
Well, I hope it does hurt. Because if it don't, something wrong.
When I tell you that was the last time that I ever saw that motherfucker. What the fuck is you doing? But that's that BD, what do you call it? BDS. That's part of
BDSM.
it.
Well, look, I'm gonna tell y'all this. Don't judge me. Don't judge me now. But
Go ahead.
I had a relationship when I was in no relationship. I had somebody I was dealing with when I was in South Carolina, and the way we got to talking is we was talking about role play, all that type of stuff. So we did the whole BDSM thing. So like, but that was what we were doing every time. So one time he come up there, I was like, can we fuck like we like each other this time? And it was so. I'm like, can we just do the regular way? But I'm gonna be honest, when we tried that, it wasn't as good. So we went back to the knockdown track.
That's cool. That the 50 Shades of Grey, that shit is cool, and that's what I love about.
But like it was BDSM too, so like it was some choking and hitting and stuff involved.
See, I'm cool on the choking if it's light choking. I don't want you to choke me till I pass out.
Right.
Riz, you always laughing at me. You know what?
No, but I'm saying though, man, that's some real shit. And you gotta people that. But see, look, I done seen a lot of that type of shit. You know what I'm saying, and seen a lot of like documentaries on that type of shit. And the thing is you can't just have anybody doing that type of shit.
Exactly.
Like some people really get some game on that, and then they know how to, to fuck around because it's almost like an art. You got to know what the fuck you're doing, man. You don't want to be choking somebody and then fuck around and they pass out and shit on you. I'm not laughing at you, but that's some real shit. Because if you fucking around with somebody that just, sees the shit and wants to try it out on you and shit and don't know what the fuck he's doing,
man,
shit.
It do happen. People go to jail because they done choke somebody.
You have a fucking situation. Shit, you had a motherfucker trying to fist you and shit. You know what I'm saying? All out the blue, like. A lot of motherfuckers ain't prepared for that type of activity.
Yeah, that's gotta be.
You know what I'm saying?
That's something that's got to be discussed ahead of time. That ain't no spur of the moment thing.
Well, that's something that's also you build yourself up to that type of shit.
Right.
You don't just have somebody that's coming up and I'm on mute.
I was probably like 24-ish, 25-ish when that happened, and I didn't know what was going on. You're used to the fingers and shit, and the fingers going in, and you like, ooh la la. You enjoy yourself, the foreplay, and next thing I know, this nigga was like, what the fuck? But when Riggs was talking about trust, when it comes to that's whether it's handcuffs, that's whether it's choking, that's whether it's even, and some people like it and some people don't, but backdoor action. You have to trust somebody to take care of you.
Mm-hmm.
You have to trust somebody. And if you don't really trust people, the blindfolds, the handcuffs, any of that, I'm not talking about the beating and the whips and all that, but just general freaky shit. You have to trust somebody. And there's certain things that I won't do with a random. There's no way that I'll do stuff with somebody, I'm just having a situationship. No, there's certain things that I won't do unless I'm in an actual relationship because I want to make sure I trust you. So yeah, you gotta have that trust. Otherwise, shit.
Yeah, role play is nice, but it's
Miss Piggy talking about no lube. Miss Piggy, if you got your foreplay game right, you don't need no lube. That motherfucker finna
That's
be.
What I'm saying. Like, where the fuck
Coochie
these
coochie
dry
la la la. You know what I'm saying? Like you ain't gonna need no type of lube. But if you do fuck with lube,
you do need
always get water based.
If you do need some other action, you do need some lube.
Yo, what you need to do is drink water. Fuck that shit. Drink water and change your diet.
We talking about two different areas.
You too much sodium in your body. The reason why you dry, if you dry down there, is too much sodium in your body. That's number one.
We talk about different areas, TC. There are certain areas where it's natural, and there are certain areas where you need to lube. And so for the people who like those type of things, you do need to be well lubed. You do need to be well cleansed. You have to prep and prepare.
That's a fact, Miss Piggy. Lube for the back. I got you.
for the
Yeah,
back.
there's certain reasons why you
Because I
might
was
need.
gonna say, some people do the lose because they got the little stuff in it to add that little extra tingle or whatever. So it might not
Yeah, it gets warm and shit like
necessarily
that.
it might not necessarily be for dryness, but it's to add a little,
Just an
you know.
extra, especially if he's really big. Like there's some people, women who get really wet, but if they dealing with a big motherfucker, a little lube don't hurt. A little lube don't hurt. Because some guys you might be fucking with a 5, 6, 7, then you meet a 9, 10, 11. You know, it's like all the juices in the world when it comes to a big dick nigga. It's like, okay. Shit, I had a nigga so big one time.
Who laughing, man?
No, I had a nigga so big one time.
Who laughing? Because I can't see no bubble or nothing, man. Y'all wild. Okay.
I'm listening. I'm like, speak for
I
yourself.
had a nigga so big one time.
Look at the room shaker.
I had a nigga so big one time I couldn't even sit on that bitch. I was like, it was too big. I was like, where the fuck? Who the fuck? Where the fuck you come from? This is some alien shit. No, can't do it. We didn't even last that long. It was a very short-lived relationship. And that was the first time I ever was like, I can't even fuck you. I can't. It was just too much. It was too much. Too much.
No.
You know,
I ain't ran across nothing that was too much.
I'm like, my son.
Miss Piggy said, speak for yourself, Hood Table.
Thank you. Speak for yourself.
She said she finna take it.
No, it was like a 12, and it was large, and it was wide, and it was on all sides. No, 12s. No, that nigga had some.
It had the girth and everything.
Miss Piggy talking about hooks and shit.
It had the girth and the 12 inches. No.
Now curves. The next one gonna be a curve. Miss
Oh,
Piggy.
the curved ones are nice.
No. I'm comfortable up to like a 10. That nigga had a 12 and the girth. And it was like, it was, when it gets uncomfortable, it's not fun. If it's uncomfortable, and there's some women, hey, we see the porn stars taking all them things, them big ass 12s, and we see the porn stars doing that shit. I'm sure they probably work out for that shit and prepare for it, but us normal girls with the normal for JJs, I couldn't. I said no, it was a wrap. And I really liked the dude too. Thought he was cute and all that kind of stuff. We had a good connection. And first time we had, I was like, oh no, it was a wrap. And that was the only guy I ever done that to. It was a wrap.
She said no table.
I hadn't ran that.
She went from hood table to no table.
I had that thing. I haven't had one that I had to say no to.
No, it was huge. It was humongous. And when he plopped that bitch out, I was like, what the fuck is that?
Look, I done seen some monsters.
I've never had that moment before where I was just like kind of scared. Like, oh, is that normal?
What was the name? Hey, what was the name of this live? Because this shit is the nastiest goddamn live we done had ever.
Oh, I'm sorry. We were talking about being
high self-esteem. To stay on topic, good sex gives me high self-esteem.
Right. High self-esteem. High self-esteem. And our standards.
There you go. There you hell yeah. There you go.
We talking about our standards. Okay, we talking about our standards.
I love
God, dog, man.
He said, what about a hook? Oh, I love a hook. Ooh,
yes. That boomerang.
A hook can make you squirt, and that's all I'm gonna say. All
Keep them sides.
I'm going on mute. Anybody else?
Look, I like the boomerang.
Make you squirt. Oh shit! Y'all finally getting there. Now we talking about squirting. Now we go.
The squirting thing. Everybody can't make it happen.
I know, that's a shame. Because when you can squirt.
And look, usually when I'm having a conversation with somebody and they like, well, why you ain't never do that with me? I say, you need to be asking yourself that. That's something you doing wrong.
And that's a fact too.
Yeah. I had this one nigga who he was challenging himself to see how many times I could do it in one night. Girl, it was a mess. Literally.
Shit, sometimes you know you getting it right, you can get it back to back.
That's That's what I'm saying. This nigga was like, how many times can I get you to do it in one night? Like, I'm like, come on now. Mel, how you be saying you don't like to lose control? I was literally damn near lifeless by the morning.
The squirt is cool, but I like the shake.
It was
if I get the shake out of you,
The Bambi legs.
Man.
But that comes with the shaking.
Not all the time.
I don't know, Rick. Okay.
Not all the time.
Everybody's
because not all the time, because like, you know, sometimes it's like, okay, and it'd be a good squirt, but then sometimes, you know, you didn't whole body done turned into a vibrator on a nigga, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, what the fuck?
Having a damn seizure or something.
Now that's when I know shit. That's a good one right there.
Hold up. What
she said, "Who can hit the ceiling?" Damn, that motherfucker coming out like a motherfucking fire hydrant.
Niagara Falls and the fire.
Hold on, let me go on mute, man. I forget where we at, man. Somebody go fuck around and clip this shit up and be like, man, these motherfuckers was wilding last night.
I don't give a fuck.
Right. Okay.
We grown.
These motherfuckers gonna be calling us some motherfucking porn stars and shit because of this motherfucking
drag
lie.
people's kids and drag people's parents and grab dead.
Hey, you ain't never lied though, hood table. You know what I'm saying? At least we talking about some nice orgasms around this motherfucker. We ain't
talking. Y'all motherfuckers on here fucking all kind of niggas behind the scene and doing all kind of fuck shit. Fuck that shit. We can talk about what the fuck we want to over here.
There you go. Grown ass individuals.
Drop mic.
Look, that's like this. I had this one. You know, I'm a cougar. I like them. I like the younger ones, right? So it was a guy I was talking to, and it got to going and going. And mind you, like I said, I'm 50 now. I done got a little older, so I ain't where I was 20 years ago. And you know how you're like, when he gonna nut? So I'm like, maybe I need to. I had my friends laughing. I'm like, I'm starting to trying to throw out some magic words and stuff. I'm like, Uncle, you win. Or boomerang, bingo. What do you need to say?
Skip it.
Pineapples, Bill. It's pineapples.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm trying to make this nigga go on and nut, but he was like really long-winded. So I'm like, you know how sometimes you can just talk to him and then just make it. So I'm like trying to find the magic word. I'm like, alakazam.
So he was a long digger.
Hey, you know what, Mel? Right. You funny than a motherfucker, man. Hey, you should have hit the link 4 lives ago.
Right. Okay, room shaker. Let me ask the ladies, okay? I think that's a good thing.
RS been on mute.
If it takes a man quite some time, because
it's a good thing.
All through type of orgasms and emotions, and you know, like I'd rather have them take too long than
real
quick.
Right. But
I'm
yeah,
like, I ain't even got my shit off, and you know how they be on the comedians. Well, you better. I don't know what to do. I got mine. You know, nah, shit. Stay in for the long run, niggas. For the long run.
Well, this particular night, I was tired, and I'm just like, God damn, what I got to do? Like, just go spit it out.
I don't know. I ain't never had that moment, child. I ain't never had that.
Look, like I said, I'm an older lady now.
I'm old too. Shit, I'm an old girl.
But back in the, you know, I ain't got that same stamina. It ain't amazing like it used to be.
Girl, all you gotta do is switch it up. Just switch it around, switch it up, change positions. May have to put the leg this way, may have to stretch that way, may have to, you know, you gotta make it work, honey. Make it work.
You know, there's one thing I got that.
That's just like the men. I mean, see, women as women, we can't feel some type of way when we get older because men go through shit too when they older.
That's why I keep them. That's why I'm a cougar.
So sometimes it takes them a while to rise to the occasion. Sometimes it takes them a while to get to the end. Sometimes it takes them. I mean, that comes with age. And see, that's the thing that I love about real relationships, whereas till the end, death do us apart, sickness through health, because you have to understand those things when you're in that type of relationship. There's going to come a day where things are going to change, and we're not going to be able to be in the bed and spinning from the damn chandeliers and all that kind of shit, but we still gonna love each other and respect each other. And you know, shit like that, it's gonna come a day when that's gonna happen. And you're gonna sit there and you're gonna be like, well, damn, shit, we can't do shit no more. We just up here like I love those relationships. When I see those older people, and you know they ain't getting down like that anymore, but you see that love in their eyes when they look at each other. That's the type of shit that I want. That's exactly the type of shit.
That's the type of shit that had me like gag. I don't want it.
That's the kind of shit that had me down. Like, damn, I wish I could drop it like I used to back in the day. But baby, just turn me around. Just turn me around.
Because I'm gonna be honest.
Mama ready.
Look, I'm gonna be honest. I got a little depressed when I was getting married, and I thought about it. I was like, damn, I'm gonna be with this same damn dick for the rest of my fucking life.
And see, that's where me and you differ. Like, I see that shit as, I don't know, that's something I talk to my homegirls about, and my sisters. Like, that's the shit I want. Like, I see that sitting on the porch.
But see, that's that relationshipy stuff. You know, I don't do relationships, so that's never gonna be a
kids and family over, and you sitting on the porch. Y'all just sitting y'all rocking chairs, and y'all just he's smoking his little whatever. And you know, like I don't know. That's that maybe that could be just something that just something that's far fetched for a lot of people, or something that's nobody see. But I am a lover of love, and a lover of Black love, and that like Mel is not the relationship type of person. We know each other really well. I'm a relationship type of person. She's not. Yeah. So, we differ in a lot of different areas.
Yeah, because I don't even believe in that falling in love stuff.
What? Okay. Anybody want to say something?
And I've had this conversation with on the panel with TC before. I think we was over at BB Nice or somewhere, and like I was like, "Nah, I don't believe in the love thing."
What do you mean?
What I'm saying is, I don't believe in the whole falling in love.
So you don't believe that people could be in love in a relationship?
I just think that's no. You can love a person. But as far as in love, I don't believe in.
Room Shaker, Riggs.
I think Riggs fell off.
Yeah, I definitely believe in falling in love and being in love. I definitely believe there's a difference. Yeah, and I definitely believe that most relationships end because people have fell out of love, but they still might love you, but they fell out of love.
Yeah, I mean, I can love you, but I just, as far as the falling in love, I always be like, that's just the new part of it. When you start talking to somebody new and it's fresh and everything. But after a while, you get to where, the newness will wear off.
This is where I feel, and I guess they'll chime in when they're ready, but I feel like in the beginning, Riggs and I was talking about last week, lust versus love.
Right.
I do believe in the beginning there is lust. Automatically. See somebody, he's fine. She's fine. She got a big booty, nice breasts. You see him, he looks good, whatever. I believe lust comes before love, obviously. But then once you get to know each other, I do believe in love and falling in love. Like, I don't know. I've been in love, a few times, so I do definitely believe in it. I know what it feels like, but I also know what it can make you do as well. So you have to make sure you're in a healthy type of love. A healthy type of love, because falling in love can make you do some crazy things. Okay? So you just be head over heels in love with somebody. And guys, girls, it can cause you to do some crazy things. So you just got to make sure it's a healthy type of love. And the person that on the other end, you got to make sure that they're worthy of that love. But yeah.
Yeah, I don't believe in that.
But if anybody else got something to say, otherwise we can start wrapping this up unless somebody else got something to say.
Okay. Yes, I believe in love. I think a lot of people are confused about what love actually is, and they be lusting and don't know the difference. I think it means so much more, and you enjoy and get a lot more out of it if love is created, or it's some type of chemistry, energy, or any of that thing. You don't let your tube between your legs control you. I think you actually love the elevation of it all. It opens up a whole new world. But
Yeah.
later you might get to the point you aim to please. But if you just doing it for your selfish personal reasons, then you probably ain't gonna get all that can come from it.
Yeah, I think it is a thin. I think it is a very big difference between in love and just love.
Right.
Love can make you stay with somebody even when you shouldn't, because you do actually love them and you care for them and you care about their well-being. But in love, oh, that's the shit that gets you to the motherfucking altar. That's
Let's
the shit that gets you
go.
into having a baby for a nigga. You know what I'm saying? That's what gets you into moving in with a nigga. Shit like that.
It
But
won't trade in your gloves and sit the hell down and just focus on him in life. Like it
yeah,
takes you to a whole different aspect of life and a
you're
different
right.
outlet too.
You're right. You're right. But we all experience different things. And that's
Yeah.
what I love about our shows that Riggs and I do. We all experience different things, from sex to relationships, friends, family, children, work, life. I love hearing different, opinions, different, points of views from different women, different men. One day, hopefully, Riggs will get the niggas to step up a little bit more on our platforms, and give their points of views. But regardless, I love having the interaction, the engagement with our supporters, the people who do support our channels. We know we be few in numbers because of the topic that we discuss, surrounded by the B sector. But we know that what we do is valuable as well. And we know from certain people that's from the feedback, we know we are appreciated. So on that note, I do want to say thank you guys. I love you guys. Everybody who hit the panel, everybody who engaged in the chat, the likes, the shares. Feel free to cash out Riggs, $ Riggs twice. Feel free to cash out me, the Hood Table 402. If you want to donate to the platform. Other than that, Riggs, him and I go live every Sunday. We flip flop on different channels, mine and his. So next week we'll be on his channel. God willing, like they say in the church, God willing, we be on his panel next Sunday. But he does go live on like Wednesdays and Fridays and things like that. So please make sure you guys support his channel. If you haven't already subscribed to Riggs, make sure you support him. Big Red Slap on the block with Riggs, okay?
Tanya,
But
can I answer Miss Piggy's question from the chat? She asked me,
go ahead.
did I love my husband?
Oh, okay.
The answer to that is yes, I loved him. I still got love for him. But in love,
So was you ever in love with him? To get more into her question, was you ever in love? Like when he asked you to marry him, when you
But see, that's what I'm saying. I don't believe in love. So
okay.
I feel like I can love somebody. When I think in love, I think, oh, my heart skips a beat when I see his name. I
Yeah,
get all
that. Like
excited.
you sleep, you dream, you breathe them.
See,
You
I
never
think I consider that the newness. Once that newness passes,
that's
you know,
that in love, Mill.
yeah, and I think
what that is.
it's probably just the terminology, but
Yeah, it's
I love him to this day. Like if he died, I would be upset. If he needed anything, I would be. But that's the
right.
same kind of love I give my friends and family.
Well, see, yeah, that's just love. Like
Yeah,
I had somebody who passed away. I talked about this. Like, remember when I talked about this? My homeboy who I broke up with, and he ended up becoming a pimp,
yeah,
and then he
yeah,
ended
yeah.
up getting murdered. Here in our city.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I was like traumatized over that shit because of the fact that I had loved him. Like I
Right.
wasn't in love with him. Of course, we had separated years ago, but I loved him. And so when that shit happened, it was like, oh my God, that's so fucked up. I was sad.
Yeah.
But that in love shit, that's usually at the beginning of the relationship. And so what I hear from a lot of like therapy people, a lot of counselors, things like that, is when you're in that moment where you're in love, the only way to keep that shit going, if you really continue to do what you did in the beginning, and that's where we fall short as people. We fall short because we eventually get into a relaxed mode and we don't try so hard. And that's where it goes from in love to just love. And so it's hard. It's hard to do. It's very hard to do. It's very hard to keep that in love in the relationship because some people get too relaxed and they get too settled and they like, I ain't gotta do this anymore. I ain't gotta dress like this. I ain't gotta do this. I ain't gotta buy her flowers. I ain't gotta take her out to eat. I ain't gotta say I love you all the time. I ain't gotta do, you know what I'm saying? So,
It sounds to me you're speaking more about romance.
that's no, because you can romance somebody all through a relationship. Every Valentine's Day, somebody can buy you flowers.
Well,
You know what I mean?
I just feel like the love that I have, it's not going anywhere. What to me in love is just, when it, like I said, when it's new and y'all learning each other and you get excited when you get a text and all that type of stuff. But
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You get excited to get a text. When
and
they
see,
come over, you be happy to
to
see them.
me, that's just like infatuation from a new relationship. That's how I see it.
Yeah, okay. So we might see
It's
things
the
a little
terminology. I think it's the terminology.
it's probably a terminology thing.
Yeah.
In love to me is that fluttering, that thing in your stomach, that thing where you always see them and it's like, oh my God, it's this feeling that you have when you
Yeah,
see them.
I
You
have
hear
that
their
in the
voice when they call you, when they hit your text message, when they hit you in the inbox, and you just have that feeling. That's the shit that people like to try to stretch out as long as they can. But we get comfortable, we get lax, and sometimes you feel like, oh, I got them now. I ain't got to do all that extra shit. And that's where a lot of people, like, if you talk to people who've been in relationships for many, many years, they tell you the same shit that you did to get them, you have to continually do
Yeah,
it.
I agree with that.
You have
I
to
agree with
continually
that.
do it. So I firmly believe in that, and we'll end it on that note. Reese, you got anything to say, babe?
Nah, man, this was a good live shit. I appreciate the panel. Definitely appreciate you, Mel. You came through like a fucking champion.
That's my girl.
You know what I'm saying? So hopefully you come up again, you know what I mean, and
Yeah,
some game with us.
I was telling Tanya I got to subscribe to your page because I don't think I'm subscribed. So what's your?
I was telling her, I was like,
it's on the block with Rig.
On the block. Okay.
It get gangster though. No, I'm just kidding.
Riggs, unless you want to drop it, I'll go grab it. Let me see. Because I told her, she'll tell you. I told her the other day, I'm like, you ain't subscribed to Riggs?
Yeah, I didn't know.
Yeah, slide through and check us out, man. Because like she said, we bounce back, you know what I'm saying, in force. So this Sunday we over here. Next Sunday we're gonna be over at my shit.
Well, yeah, I'll come through.
I always tell people, yeah, we do our Sundays, but Reeves do things on like Wednesdays and Fridays, and he discusses a plethora of different type of topics. It could be family, it could be celebrities, it could be news, it could be whatever. Like he's kind of like me, where we discuss, a lot of different things.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, please hit him up and make sure you subscribe and hit the note. That's for everybody. I'm about to hit this.
I will.
Chat. There's his link in the chat for the people who are not subscribed to him. But yes,
that's it.
Yeah.
Well, I will definitely subscribe because Tanya, I love to run my mouth. So.
And I love a good conversation.
And it's good because I always do open panel too, so it's good.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, I appreciate y'all having me. I'm gonna go on and drop down.
Real
right, you have a great night, early morning.
All right, y'all too.
And shout out to Room Checker. You have a good day at work, Room Checker. I appreciate you sliding through and fucking with us.
Where's she working at this time? Where she working at?
I think she do like graveyard shift and shit.
Oh.
Appreciate you, Miss Piggy. You always be rocking. Appreciate you.
Where the fuck she working this time of night? Oh, thank you, Miss Piggy. Oh my God, thank you so much. You said enjoyed the live, ladies and gents. Have a good. Thank you so much. You know me and Riggs and I always say that me and Riggs and I. But we appreciate each and every one of you, those who support us. And me and Riggs always say we might be few in numbers, but the engagement be like off the chain, y'all. And we really do appreciate you guys and love you guys.
We almost gave him 4 hours tonight, man.
I know, ain't that crazy?
But shout out to the replay gang. No, you have a good night, though, Hood Table. I'm up out of here.
I'm up out of here, too. It's an early morning, long day. Thank you, Riggs. Love you guys. Love you, Riggs. I will holler at you guys later. Make sure you guys, again, if you haven't subscribed to Riggs, make sure you go over there, hit that link in the chat. If you want to donate to him for his commentary, $ Riggs twice. If you want to donate to the Hood Table, $ the Hood Table 402. Make sure you guys like and share the video. Subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. What's Room Shaker saying? Hold on, let me see what she's saying. Private health care. Oh, okay, that's what's up. I have a homegirl who does that, and she does it at night too. That's what's up. Take care of them, okay? Take care of them. That is a very, very important job. Very, very important job. Our caretakers, nurses, home aides, all that type of shit, CNAs, all that med aides, all that kind of shit. Very important work. Very important. So don't work too hard though, Room Shaking. But yeah, so like, share, and subscribe, please, and thank you very much. I'm trying to stick to my little trend of going live at least 30 minutes to an hour every day. So I will try to come live again tomorrow, depending on what's going on here in the B sector or in trending news or whatever. But you guys stay safe, be blessed, remain vigilant at all times, and always remember to keep it hood. I'm out. Bye. Good night.